Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Colorado Kayak Bassmasters podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Jimmy Straws. I'm also the president of the Colorado Kayak Bassmasters, and guy on screen with me over that way
Come on, get it. You got it. There you go.
is your tournament director for the Colorado Kayak Bassmasters, Mr. Matt Flanagan, and my co-host and host and whatever else he does and the million other things
Yeah,
he does
yeah.
for the Colorado Kayak Bassmasters. So welcome everybody. What's up, Matt?
Not much. Just got it up on the club Facebook page. So we're on YouTube. We're also on the CKB Facebook page. So it looks like it's
Oh,
going
nice.
there. So I can stop trying to be so distracted by that. Here we go. You got my full attention now.
All right.
That's what you wanted, right?
That's kind of hard to do. Get your full attention.
Yeah,
I
right.
usually get some of
Exactly.
your attention, but not the full attention.
Yeah. No. Too much ADHD. David Reekers, how's it going? Don't know David. Another new guy. All
Hey,
right.
David.
Good to see you, David.
Where are you from, David? Give us a holler. Let us know where you're watching from.
Let us know. We got a few new names. I think we're up to 20 signed up so far, which it's still early. We'll get 50. We'll get 50 a week before Chatfield, but we got 20 already, and at least three names that I've never seen before, including a 16-year-old.
That's excellent.
We got a youngster joining us.
Nice. That's excellent. Good for him.
Yeah. Yep. David is in Canyon City. He's down there. All right. Come see us at Pueblo.
Yeah. Well, thanks
we got
for watching.
Chen in the house. Yeah. Chen's in the house. Caden's in the house. Another youngster with us. All right. Okay, good to see y'all.
Yeah. How about the weather we've been having here in Colorado? This is only for Colorado ears. Nobody else can hear this. But, man, it's been – I think the local ponds froze for maybe a week, one cold spell, and they're all back open again. Like,
I haven't even thought about ice fishing. I'm never huge on ice fishing. I do it under protest, basically. You know, if you make me go, okay, sure, I'll go, just to sort of scratch the itch. But hasn't even crossed my mind this year. Yeah, I know there is some ice way up in the high country, but I'm not driving 3 hours for ice fishing. Just not doing it.
3 hours one way.
Yeah, exactly. Caden, how was Pueblo? I did make it down to Pueblo 2 weeks ago, and I skunked. Big old skunk. Drove 2 hours.
He's going to Water Valley, like the Water Valley in Windsor?
Oh, nice. Going to Water Valley next week. No way. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I haven't been there since our last derby there.
I wonder if he's doing a guided trip with Jeff.
Yeah, I don't know. Looks like our guest is in the green room. Do we have any club business we need to talk about before we get him in here? I can't think of anything other than the usual signups ready to go. Get those teams picked. I haven't seen any team series signups. I should make another post about that this week, actually, to get start drumming up some business for that. But if you don't have a teammate yet, let me know. Post it on the club Facebook page. Say, hey, I'm looking for a teammate. I know there's a couple guys looking for teammates. So let's get those teams. Get at least 10. If we get at least 10 teams, Shields gives us $500 to match the 500 we have, and that's at least $1,000 for the winning team. What's Arledge?
Nice little payout, huh?
Yeah. I think Arledge and Alex each got like $620 or $675 each for winning the team series last year. That's for a $50 buy-in, $25 buy-in per guy. Actually,
right. And anybody wondering about the team series and how we work that it's how you finish in that particular event. So we have the Chatfield event coming up here in April. Let's say Matt and I right here are teammates. If I finish 5th and Matt finishes 1st, he gets 100 points, and then I would get 94. 96.
Yep.
Right. So your points are based on how you finish. I think that's a really, really good way to do that. That way there's really not any secrecy going on.
Yeah, it was fun last year. I'm glad Shields is on board for that again this year. That's really cool. Speaking of, I gotta get with them. I gotta get up there and pick up our gift cards for the year. So
Well, Trev and I still have to sign up, so we'll be on the list coming up. We'll in and donate.
Yep, Nick and I haven't signed up yet either. I'm getting a new teammate this year. No disrespect at all to my teammate from last year, but of course, Nicky and I, he's one of my best bros. We travel a lot together. We camp a lot together, so it just made sense for us to team up.
Yeah,
so, looking forward to that. So,
was that Mark I just saw?
That was up and down pretty quick. Mark Lehman, another new guy. New guy. He's not new to the scene, but new to the club. So it'll be cool to see him out there. He'll probably take some of our money, I have a feeling. So. All right. Well, he's waiting long enough. Looks like he's yelling at his dogs. He's either yelling at his dogs or his wife. One of the two.
I know he's not yelling at his wife.
I know he's not yelling at his wife. I don't know why.
He's smarter than that.
No freaking way. Yeah. Definitely yelling at the dogs. All right. What was my intro for him? Geez, let's see. What's an intro? I didn't write anything down, but he is a former CKB club champion. I believe he was the second club champion. Is that right? After Marty, he won the second championship.
Yes. Yeah.
So he is a former club champion. Yeah. I don't think he has an AOY, but I'm going to say that's only because he never fishes all 6 events. He's a busy guy.
Right.
He rarely fishes all 6 events. If he fished all 6, he'd be a threat for AOY for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm sure he's got some CKFC trophies, I got to think. I know he's got some hard. He does the Nate Zielinski's Wednesday Nighters. I think he's got some hardware for that. He's just one of the fishiest dudes in Colorado. He goes by many names. Let's see. He goes by Ogre. He goes by Sugarface, by Old Freckles. I call him the big
names
fella.
We can't say.
Some we can't say. I call him the big fella. Just don't call him Cassius Clay because his name is Allee. It is the big fella, Mr. Eric Allee.
What's going on, dudes?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Just to add a little information on me yelling, my dinner's a little bit late. Okay, so I'm done. If you can see the way that she looked at me, I was talking to the dogs. She doesn't have any knives right now. We're good. So let's talk.
All right. Okay, good. Hell yeah.
I hope you're back. I hope your back's okay because that couch is going to be looking pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm married to a Latina. The couch is the least of my worries. It's anything with a blade.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, we got Trev's in the house. What's up, Trev?
Trev.
Sorry, I'll just get through these comments. Oh, Arledge said, good of a payout or better than win the state championship. Yeah, that's a pretty. It was a good payout. So you and Leslie a team again this year, I assume.
Yeah, she's gonna do all the heavy lifting. No, she's going to do all the heavy lifting. I mean, you guys hit something that we do earlier. We don't fish all the events, and it makes it difficult. We're going to try to do it this year. We're going to try to do more, but honestly, I don't know. I love fishing so much, but I don't know. I was going to add context to that, but what it boils down to is I take it so serious. I want to be able to pre-fish and stuff, and sometimes it's not in the cards. So I'm old and lame. I'll leave it at that.
Pre-fishing's for suckers. Just grip it and rip it. Grip it and rip it.
Well, I'll tell you this last state championship, I don't know how much I pre-fished. I did like the week. I think it was a week that was off limits. But building up to that, dude, I had multiple patterns that were going to be just the thing come game day. And Leslie didn't even look at the lake. So my ego's bruised and I'm getting ready to be the rod caddy, but let's talk about a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, let's get into it.
What's up, Dennis? How you doing, dude?
The show is ostensibly about Eagle Claw, but I'm sure we're just going to be talking fishing, but we should talk some Eagle Claw at least.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this before we got on. Neither of us really knows your history with Eagle Claw. As long as I've known you, because I've only known you for a few years. You've worked there, so I assumed you were like an Eagle Claw lifer. I didn't realize you've only been there like 5 or 6 years. So, tell us how you kind of got into it.
Yeah, that's super interesting. So, Well, it's super interesting to me. I'm probably going to bore the snot out of everybody here.
No, not at all.
So I've other people have other hobbies and other interests in their life. For me, it's been fishing since, dude. I usually use knee high to a grasshopper, but it was before that. So forever. And at some point, learning's not enough. You want to teach as well. So I started writing articles and stuff like that in my early 20s, and I really had no interest in pro staff stuff. To be honest with you, my idea of pro staff was somebody giving me product or paying me for my opinion, and my opinion wasn't for sale. I will tell you, at the time, my favorite coffee company or beer company, I would have gladly taken in exchange for writing. But anyway, long story short, I reached out to Drew McGill. The Eagle Claw is right in McGill. I reached out to Drew McGill, who was running the pro staff at the time. This might be 15 years ago, something like that. And I just said, I wanted to make content for Eagle Claw. And Drew said, Eric, we don't have any budget. We can't give you anything. And I was like, oh, I don't want anything. I just want you to see what I'm doing. Like, I care about the brand. My aunt worked there when I was a kid, so my first rod and reel were Eagle Claw. Obviously, all my hooks. And Drew, I can't say how he felt when I said that. I can tell you that I got an opportunity, and from that point forward, it's been, lack of a better term, balls to the wall. So if they gave me an opportunity, if I think I worked with multiple pro staff managers at the time, or building up to the time where I was hired, because Drew, now the chairman of the board, he owns the company. If they said, can you get me 2 pictures, I got them 10. If they said, can you get me 5 minutes of video, I would get them 2 hours of video. It was just, I deliver. And then Chad Hamilton took over pro staff, and he was a marketing man, just got promoted as marketing manager. And he said, hey, dude, if I create a position, will you take it? Does Pinocchio got wooden balls? Yes. Yes. Yeah. And from that point forward, dude, all I needed was an opportunity.
Yeah.
What? Oh, well, yeah. Of course. How can I say anything without my sweet lady? No, Leslie was. She really was crucial in everything. I mean, life's just, you're more powerful when you got a force behind you, like a strong woman. But from that point, it's like I've got a background in Born to Fish Media and some other stuff with building community. Like I think our tribe, anglers, I think we're very, very special. And when I can talk with anglers, bring anglers in, it just works. So that's kind of how it got started. And then how it's progressed is kicking ass and taking names. I think that. You remember the old school brand For Us, By Us, FUBU?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's how I think of the fishing industry. I think that it's for us, and it should be by us. Yeah, and hopefully I can do this until I'm old and gray, and then I'll calm down a little bit. But until then, I go to ICAST. I want more sticks, less suits. You know what I mean? It's just
fight off the what are they called? The not investment bankers. What are the guys that are buying up? Private equity. Yes. Yeah. Fight off the private equity. Get that Latina with her knife. If any private equity guys come sniffing around the Eagle Claw offices.
Well, I will tell you this. In ICAST, I can't tell you the percentage of companies or private equity. And obviously we do business with a lot of them. But the McGill family started this company. Okay. We're talking 1925. The original Drew McGill, okay? He very industrious guy. He had an idea for a fly, and what it was a fly that would keep its shape. So I'll give you guys the quickest version I can, but it's to illustrate the private equity point. So he develops this fly, but an idea without the industriousness and the ability to build a crew, basically. Is nothing. It's just an idea. How many things in the fishing world do you think have died on the vine at the idea stage? Tons. You know what I mean? The world's filled with people that have beautiful ideas and poor execution. Well, Drew McGill had both. He had not poor execution. He had great execution. So between his industriousness and his innovativeness, he hit the ground running. The first fly, it was called a witless wing fly. Okay, so you fast forward a couple years. Again, Witless Winged Fly was born on the water. Fast forward a couple of years, I think the Eagle Claw came from Clear Creek. So he was watching an eagle, got inspiration, took a pair of hemostats, bent his hook point in, and it changed the face of fishing forever. But again, it's the idea is crucial, but if you don't have the industriousness, if you don't have the ability to bring people together and the execution, it's nothing. So obviously, Drew at that point, when he Andrew D. McGill, when he got to that point, everybody knew he was a home run. And he did Wright and McGill. It was his cousin Stan Wright. I need to bring that up as well, but. So long story short, the writing's on the wall. Drew's very successful. He's an angler at heart, great businessman. Him and his cousin Stan Wright, they run it. I think it was up to the 60s when in short succession, Stan Wright passed away and then Andrew D. McGill. You guys didn't know this is going to be a TED Talk. Welcome. Okay,
hey,
so
that's what we got you on for. That's what
this is what it's about.
Yeah.
So they both pass away. And Andrew D. McGill, his sweet lady was Madeline McGill. So Madeline had, you can view it as an opportunity, but really the weight of the world is on her shoulders. She can sell it, and I'm sure set her family up for generations, or she could take her husband's legacy and grow it and put her stamp on the company. And most certainly, that's what Madeline McGill did. She grew the company exponentially. She made impactful changes that we still feel today. Dude, we work 4-day work weeks so we can spend more time with our family and more time fishing. Yeah. That's a Madeline McGill culture adjustment. So their son, Lee, he was next at the helm when Madeline passed away. And Lee, same thing. He took it forward. You know what I mean? Under Lee, you have so many advancements in fish hooks and different things that we did as a company, but most notably, you've got Laser Sharp and you've got Trocar. Those happened under Lee, and Lee had Madeline was well touted for her ability to connect with people, and obviously Andrew D. McGill's industriousness and his ability to rally the troops. Well, Lee had the best of both worlds. So then Andrew D. McGill and Madeline McGill's grandson, Drew McGill, is the current chairman of the board. And I could tell you he's one of the fishiest dudes you will ever meet in your life. So it's just private equity has got nothing with us. We're family owned, family operated, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
I hope not.
Well, you know what I think keeps the success is you said it, Eric, is you've got people that work in the fishing industry that actually fish. How many people go to college to be a marketing manager or marketing business and they get a bachelor's or a master's and they can go to job and know how to structure and focus on a business and grow it, but they don't have the heart into it, right? Like that 100% is the key. That's the cool thing with Eagle Claw is no matter who you see in that building, they like the fish. I mean, and it's not, I don't even think that's something, and you could speak to this, that's not something you guys say on the application when you want to get a job. It's just, if you have that in your heart, you want to be there because you guys make all the hooks right here in Denver. Trocar hooks and Laser Sharp is right here in the warehouse, correct?
That's right. Yeah. We make all of them. And it's the hiring process. You look at any organization. I don't care if you're talking about a football team, a business, and Leslie's preached this for the longest time. Leadership, it runs downhill. So when you have the chairman of the board, the owner of the company, he loves to fish. It creates a vibe that's awesome. I'll give you another one. Okay, I'll give you one more story, then we'll talk nuts and bolts of hooks if you guys are cool with it.
Yes, I got a
hang on one second. What is your official title there? And Eric, what do you actually? What's your title?
As of today, I'm the marketing manager.
Okay,
that's my official title. So and I'll make this short. If we have time later, we could circle back to it. One of the things that I was told at one point in the company is, I can hire a Harvard MBA, but I can't teach them the love of fishing. I want to hire a stick and teach them how to run the business, the fishing business, basically. So it starts at the top and it goes down. And it's the same thing when I added people to my department. It's, if they fish, they have a leg up. That's how we communicate with people. If somebody doesn't know the difference between a Cinco and a Whopper Plopper, a drop shot, whatever. How can they communicate it? They absolutely can't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and we could sniff it out from a million miles away. And I'm not bashing any one store locally, but we've all been to a big box store at one point in our lives where the person in the fishing department didn't fish and they smell from 20 miles away. You know what I mean? Like there was one, and I will say it was not Shills. It was not Shills. I was at another establishment a couple of years ago, and I asked where the Vision 110s were, and I might as well have been speaking Swahili, dude, because the guy had no idea. And then I had to explain it to him, and long story short, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like if your heart's not in it, go sell RC cars, go do a number of things. There's spreadsheets waiting for all kinds of people. If your heart's in it, the fishing industry needs you. And if you're lucky enough, like I am, to land at Eagle Claw, dude, you're cooking with peanut oil.
So my question, Arledge has a comment here that was actually something I wanted to ask about, because I don't know the history of when Trocar came along. Arledge says the Trocar unveiling at ICAST was an actual big deal. What's the story behind that? I really don't know the history of Trocar as a separate brand.
So I think it was 2012. So there's secrecy leading up. That, I mean, they weren't even telling people inside the building completely about Trocar because they wanted to keep it under wraps. You know, that Trocar itself comes from the medical world. It's not like a name that we came up with in a marketing brief or something like that. It's actual instrumentation in the medical world. And so what they did is very brilliant. Again, this is under Lee's time at the helm. He brings in all the pros. The initial Trocar, and Arledge, you might help me with this. You're talking, you've got Scott Martin, Shaw Grigsby, Brent Chapman, Don Dingman, Blair Wiggins on the salt side. I think Swindle was a part of it initially. But anyways, you get
Skeet.
Skeet, yeah. Thank goodness, Skeet. So you get all these guys in a room, right? And instead of talking, we brilliantly listened. And it's okay. What do we need out of an EWG? What do we need out of this hook? What do we need out of that hook? So you pair their on the water knowledge with our fishing knowledge and our hook making craftsmanship. That at that point in time, you're talking 70 years in the game, 75 years in the game, and the outcome was fire. I mean, look, fire, dude. Like Flanagan, I don't know how to explain the marketing to you at the time, but it was badassery when badassery wasn't a thing. There was this.
It was.
Yeah, there was an allure to it. You know what I mean? And the thing is you can't. It's very hard for a brand to stay. I don't want to call us an outcast because we weren't. We were, the new shiny thing. What we're working on now is having that mature into something where, dude, honestly, Flanagan, what I know from you is you play bass in a band and you skateboard, right?
Yep.
Now, I would assume this is an assumption, but I would assume at one point in your life you had a look that screamed that, and now you look at you and I go, I bet you that dude has a skateboard, but it's more toned down, but it still has edge and just style. You know what I mean? That's kind of where brands evolve. You know what I mean? You want to. It's still badassery, but it's not the same. It's more mature and evolved, and that's what we're working on now, but pushing the edge a little bit more.
Yeah, right on. That's awesome. Was the big barb an Eagle Claw thing, or did one of your pros say you need this?
So initially we had micro barbs, and we used to hype the micro barbs. We were one of the first companies to talk about micro barbs. Throughout the course of time, I think that the bigger barbs just kind of happened, to be honest with you. Now, I could tell you the first person to highlight it to me was Fletcher Shyrock. Fletcher called me and he goes, "Hey, dude, I need these barbs to be," and he was measuring them. "I need them to be this exact size." So this is like my first or second year at the company. I would check all of his hooks and initial them and send them to Fletcher because he wanted those specific hooks. Now, I have to say the tolerance is always good. There's a tolerance that we have on the barb. But Fletcher specifically wanted some really big barbs, and oh, buddy, you give me something to do, I'm going to do it. And that's what I tell all the folks I work with. It's like, I'll bend over backwards for you, but when you win the Derby, you make sure that you shout out Trocar because it's it's important. But the big barbs are a thing for sure.
And just so you guys know, the folks watching, if you're not familiar with Eric, or you're new to watching us as well, Eric gets to deal with all the big time pros. That's his job, is marketing. I do believe, and you can speak to this, Eric, is when Shaw was in the game, you dealt one-on-one with Shaw Grigsby. You dealt with Skeet Reese. You deal with Fletcher. You deal with Mark Zona and all those guys that are sponsored by Trocar. That is your job. So talking about getting feedback from the best of the best to make the company so it can be the best it can be, and then working in with the grassroots at the grassroots level, like we do here at the CKB. What great business. I just know another 100 years of Trocar and Eagle Claw coming through. It's coming. I wish I could live to see the 200 years, but that ain't going to happen.
Well, I'll tell you this much, dude. Matt's taken over a lot of the pro staff stuff, which has been great because I need my bandwidth elsewhere. I still deal with, I still talk with everybody because I love fishing and I love talking sticks. But one thing I'll tell you about the guys, whether you're talking about Zona, Shaw, Fletcher, they live it. And if they were in town, they would be talking the same way that we talk. I mean, that it's not that the best of them, again, you're talking Zona, Shaw, Fletcher, all of our, on the pro side, are phenomenal, but they live it, dude. Like when I talk to Z or when I talk to anybody else, we talk about business and then we talk about fishing, and that it's
or in Shaw's case, catching gators with Trocar hooks.
Oh, he would do it. So those 3/0s, those were specifically made for Skeet Reese. I think I'm going to have to ask Ryan about this, but I'm pretty sure they were specifically made for Skeet Reese for a saltwater deal. And it was a one-off, or maybe it was Blair, but I know it was a one-off. Gosh, dude, I don't know, I probably had 80 of them. I was giving them out to buddies like candy. I didn't know that, we were going to quit making them at some point in time. But Shaw, I mean, he just raves about those hooks. And you see what he does with them, dude. I mean, it's crazy. Just, and Shaw's one specifically that, you watch, I used to watch his TV show, you know what I mean? Yeah. He's the exact same guy. Zona's,
I can imagine, yeah.
Zona's intensity, it's the same thing. Like Zona's the dude that's not going to sleep the night before a fishing trip. Like he's that guy, and it's cool to know that it's real. We're in a sport where whether it's a personality or a pro, like there's no faking, there's none of that, dude. The guys that I deal with, they all absolutely love it, which makes it to where I take a 2-minute phone call and I turn it into a half hour, and I'm very blessed that way, and I never take it for granted.
Yeah, right on. That's awesome.
Yeah, so let me ask you this, Eric, being in the fishing industry and working for Eagle Claw, if there's a tournament coming up on the weekend and you're like, man, I got to get to practice for this, can I sneak out of work early? How well do they allow you to sneak out to go prioritize some fishing? Because that's business, man, right? Can we work that angle like, hey, I got to get out of here early on Thursday and take Friday off because I got a tournament, I got to go test some hooks?
Well, this is going to be the lame. This is going to be the lamest answer that you hear from me today.
You want to keep your job. That's why this is going to be this.
Well, it's not actually that. It's that I have to lead by example. You know what I mean? So it's
right.
If there's still work to be done. I grew up at a diesel repair shop, man. Like my dad, he owned the place and he would clean the bathroom. That's the way I approach my life and business. Is I always lead by example. So if I stay till the work's done. Now, could I've never had a boss at Eagle Claw that wouldn't let me go fish a tournament and all the rest of the stuff. But I got to lead by my sweet ladies getting my attention. Well, I already told them about the 4-day work week. Yeah. But yeah, I've done it before. I say all that to say I've done it before. I leave early. I use my PTO like a normal employee.
Right.
To do Nate's stuff, and but they fully support it. Dude, it's a badass company. It really is.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate what you're doing here for the CKB and all the people who sign up before. What is the date, Matt? They sign up before what date? March? April?
Before I think I gave them until before the first tournament. As long as they sign up before the first before Chatfield, April 18th.
you will get, if you join the CKB, you'll get a 50% discount at Eagle Claw. So if anybody's even looking, even if you're not a kayak fisherman, you're not interested in fishing with us, just joining our club for that discount, if you're going to be spending money, go down and see Eric, Matt, and everybody down there. I mean, what a facility.
It's awesome. It's crazy. Yeah.
Like, it's
rods,
crazy,
rods too. Not just hooks, like rods, reels, they're not Shimano rods, but I use the Flyover, spinnerbait topwater rod. That's all I use for buzz baits. I frickin' it's a $90 rod, and it fishes like I just don't lose fish on it. It's awesome. I love it.
Well, that's one of the things that I do want to highlight while I'm here. So you guys thought I was going to talk about pooping my pants and all the rest of this stuff. Little did you know,
we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Little did you know, I'm a businessman here. But no, the content creators we have in Colorado have been such a breath of fresh air, dude. And the content that you guys are creating, it's specifically when you talked about Flyover, it's like the buzzbait videos and all the content that you've generated with that. It's awesome. It really helps inspire people. We've had people come into the store and call you guys out by name from your YouTube videos. I almost said shows. It's a show, but it's again, like I come from that world. So I'm getting back into the business thing. There's probably 2 people on here by now, but anyway, going back to the business world. Going back to the business side, like I remember being pro staffed, and Eagle Claw I always felt supported, but there were some companies where I didn't feel supported. I didn't feel like anybody cared what I did. I damn sure didn't care about spamming my friends and family with a discount code or anything like that. So once I got my foot in the door, it was like, dude, I just like anything else. I'm turning this into a TED Talk, but I want to treat people how I wish I was treated at certain points in my career. Yeah. And just seeing how successful you guys have been. I'll give you another one, dude. Chen is in the main conference room right now at Eagle Claw with a wiper picture.
Oh, nice. Hell
wow.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks,
awesome.
Jeff. We appreciate you checking it out.
Yeah. Well, I got to cut in real quick. Wait, hold on. What's skeet rod? Yeah, I remember those yellow Wright and McGill rods.
Yeah.
But we got a special surprise. Straws doesn't even know about this, and I want to get to it quick because we don't know how long we'll have them. It does fit. I know this is an Eagle Claw episode with Eric Allee, but this fits in because this is an Eagle Claw pro staffer. Big surprise. He's a Eagle Claw pro staffer. He's a local hammer. Someone who he's got at least one win with CKB, several with CKFC. But the reason he's a very special guest, not just because he's a hammer, but because he's an active duty U.S. Army soldier calling us from deployment halfway around the world from the desert. You know who I'm talking about already, don't you?
I do. It's badass.
Right? Isn't this cool?
Hammer.
Isn't this cool? Let's bring him in. It's MC Hammer, y'all. What?
What's up, fellas?
I didn't tell Straws about this. I was like, we got to get Hammer on while he's on deployment. I was like, well, the Eagle Claw episode. That's a perfect episode for it because he's an Eagle Claw guy.
I love it.
And I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to say it's true. We're the first fishing podcast to have an active duty soldier call in from deployment in the Middle East, right? We got to be.
It's the internet. You can say it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say it. We are, right?
1,000 views coming up right now.
Yeah.
1,000 views.
Well, I know we all have a ton of questions about the cool shit you're doing over there. For those people who don't know and new people in the club, Hammer is a U.S. Army helicopter pilot. He flies those big giant Chinooks. If that's not cool enough, before that, his job was with Army Special Forces, otherwise known as Green Berets. So, total pussy, obviously. Super easy to intimidate on the water if you're fishing close to him during the tournament. Yeah. Just get right in his face.
Push his ass out of the way. I'm coming through.
But anyway, no one. I think I know Hammer well enough to know that he doesn't want to talk about work. He wants to talk about fishing. He's had enough of the Army at this point. He wants to talk fishing. So let's talk fishing with Hammer. What's up, bud? Sorry, I'm babbling. I haven't even given you a chance to talk yet.
It's good. I miss you guys. But no, I was I was flying yesterday. We had a longer flight, and it was like our first. I mean, it's still February, but it's warm here, and it was like that first warm air, and all I could think about was fishing for 3 hours in this flight. So, yeah, I'm jealous of you guys.
I didn't know it snowed over there. You sent us pictures of snow. Are we allowed to say where you are? It's not like
not really.
Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Never mind. Never mind.
So as he's all I've envisioned as he's flying this giant Chinook with dual blades, and he's got all these instruments in front of him, all those instruments go black. And it turns into a 2D screen, a forward-facing sonar screen, and he just blurs out. And he's like, "I need to get forward-facing sonar on my Chinook. Do you have forward-facing sonar on the Chinook?" That's the question of all questions.
No, we don't. You think budget cuts? I don't know. We need it.
Hey, don't ever take anything I ask serious at all.
Yeah, right.
But have you been fishing at all? Is there any fishing, or is it all work? Do you get to go out and hang out and do stuff, or are you just jammed with work?
Yeah, this one's been. Oh man, my wife's on. This.
Yep. Stormy's popping in. Heck yeah. Hi, Stormy. What's up, Stormy?
Hey, Stormy. No, this one's been a lot of work, but it's been good. We got a good group out here, and yeah. But every once in a while, I'll see this, it's in the Middle East, but there is water out here, and randomly I'll be flying around and I see someone on a little boat, and it just gets me going. I'm like, oh man, I wonder what he's even fishing for. First off. But
like what do they have? Yeah. Like carp are like everywhere, right? You think they have carp there? I don't even know.
I don't know. No. I probably should have Googled it by now, but I've been breaking down lakes in Kansas trying to figure out where I'm going to fish when I get back. So
yeah.
So speaking of which, dude, like two things. I have to say this. Like when you're done with your career now, I hope, goodness gracious, I hope there's an opportunity at Eagle Claw. Because you would be so perfect, dude. So, and we talked about it before. I want to make that a public announcement thing there. And then number two, did you create more content in an environment where if anybody has an excuse not to create content, it's you, and you're still kicking it out. It's
crazy.
It's freaking awesome.
Crazy how much you're putting out. Yeah, and good, high quality content too. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Every time I've gone away for a deployment, I've tried to learn something. You got to have a hobby or something. I'm a big advocate of just having a hobby anyway. That's why I got into fishing with this job. But so I know one trip I wanted to learn kayak fishing basically. So I researched all my kayak stuff. I did that my first trip in Afghanistan about a kayak. It was a little paddle one, back in 2012, and then I bought that and I got into it. I'd researched a bunch of lakes, got into it. And this one I've really been studying, just kind of refining, everything's been really rough that I've done. So I've been playing with Lightroom and Photoshop and Final Cut and all that stuff, and just getting into the editing side a little bit more. Before we left, I took, about 3 or 4 trips out there just to kind of shoot some more content. And then I had all these tournaments from last year that I hadn't pushed. So I'm still working on those. And yeah, it's fun. It gives me something to do.
That's awesome. That's a very Collins thing. Cause when you said that, I'm like, well, I have to have a hobby. I know a lot of folks, they learn to play Sweet Home Alabama on the guitar or something like that. You just completely take over something and learn it top to bottom. It's awesome.
It's I mean, for people who don't know Hammer, I'm sure most of the viewers do, but you and I have been fishing the exact same number, or kayak fishing with the clubs, the exact same. We came in the same year, and you've got 5 times more hardware than I do. It's ridiculous. How many trophies do you multiple AOIs?
I could tell you one bullshit AOI he got at Boyd. I can tell you that one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, there's Leslie, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Before we go much further, because I know this guy wants to talk to you too. So let's do this. We got to do our regular segment, and I know this guy wants to say hi to you. So let's bring him in. Let's do the awesome intro. Here we go.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, dude?
MC, what's up, dog? How's it going?
Oh, what's up, buddy? That's a wonderful little intro there.
Isn't that?
That's great.
Hey,
I was going to have you clean it up with your Photoshop skills. I was going to have you clean it up. I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to leave it cheesy as hell and just
it's perfect.
Terrible.
I love it. I love it. It's my favorite.
Yeah. Well, let's get back onto Eagle Claw. How do we bring everybody in and still talk Eagle Claw? Who's got a? Geez, I don't know. I
got one ready to go for
the. Go ahead, bring report. It on.
Bring it on. Future weather, right? It's supposed to kind of be crappy this weekend in the 40s, so probably unless you're about it, you're probably not going to be out fishing. It's supposed to be windy too. But moving forward. With the podcast, hey Eric, is there anything on the horizon forecasted out that's going to come out that's awesome from Eagle Claw or Trocar? I don't know if there is or not. Or maybe you can't spill the juice. I don't know.
No. So the stuff that we just added to the website, we added tungsten jigs. They're poured on a laser sharp, and I'm going to give some context to this. Okay. They're poured on a laser sharp hook. I'll try not to do a TED talk on hooks. A jig is only as good as the hook it's poured on. Everything else can be phenomenal. If it's on a bad hook, you don't have a good jig. Okay, so it's tungsten. It's got the we call it the twin talon keeper. It's a badass jig. What I will say, if you like tungsten, buy it now. I'll tell you that. If you like tungsten, buy it now. What I've heard is the prices for tungsten are going to go up exponentially. So we don't sell like tungsten drop shot weights or anything like that. Just from one angler to a bunch of anglers. If you got tungsten, buy it now. And oh, by the way, we got some on eagleclaw.com. Jig wise.
Nice.
Nice. I love it.
Then for shaking them minnows, is that what they're for?
Well, the thing that's funny is that jigs are jigs, dude. So it's a pill head. It's badass. But yeah, you can shake your minnow, my minnow, anybody's minnow on it.
All right.
But you're not slamming that hook through my minnow. That's all I got to say.
Okay. So there's actually, wait, you over there. You definitely be careful in the corner, and then you right there. I don't know how to point that, but yeah, don't be putting your hook in anybody else's minnow.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Oh,
I got a Trocar one.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so if we're going to talk Colorado, right? That's where we're all at. But I'd say even outside of it, when I really didn't get into bass fishing until I got to Colorado. I dabbled a little bit in Alabama, which life regrets right there, but
right.
Yeah, but I will say, you always hear about the finesse fishing, and I grew up in the Midwest, and that was, I grew up crappie fishing and stuff like that. So used to fishing finesse. And what I'll say is when I first got into bass fishing, it was really frustrating. There's a lot of smaller fish in Colorado. And when you do catch a good one and it jumps off, it pisses you off to no end. And it still does. You're going to have it happen. But especially if you're talking about finesse with learning how to throw a drop shot, learn how to rig a drop shot the right way so that your hook sets the right way. Mm-hmm. But more importantly than that, there is nothing more frustrating, and you see it all the time, is when that fish jumps up and you see him 10, 20 feet off the boat and he's gone, and then your hook goes this way. And I swear with the TK 150, that percentage of hook to landing ratio, there's nothing. I have not had another hook that's been close to that. And I think that goes across the line, at least for the finesse stuff, where you get into the 137 and the 150. Those are obviously my two favorite hooks. The 137 for Ecos, even for wacky rigs. But there's something about that. It's probably, you can see it on some of the videos I do. You pin them and you can see the barb is it's going nowhere. And you go from fish just jumping off where you get them in the boat and the hook's falling out of them, I really got to get this out of this fish, and so I think there's definitely a quality difference there that I don't think people understand until they have it.
Dude,
100%.
The sound, right? The sound. So a couple things. I'm going to paraphrase with a little creative freedom with a timeless classic, old Sir Mix-a-Lot. Baby got Barb. Okay, baby got Barb. Not baby got back. Baby got Barb. It's such a huge difference in our hooks. When you stick one really good, and everybody that I'm looking at right now has done it with a trocar, and you go to pop the hook out, and there's an audible pop.
Yeah,
that you have to work for. It's like that is a symphony of American-made attributes, just displaying so much kickassery, which is my word of the day. If I haven't laid that down enough, it's just freaking perfect. Baby got Barb is number one, and then the other one is big barbs bring bass to the boat. That's the problem with that though is my wife loves all of this.
Of course she does.
But the reason why the big barbs work is the symmetry of the trocar point and the sharpness of the trocar point in conjunction with both of them. That's why it works. That's why I say a symphony of attributes. And now I'll shut up and listen. But I love how you put that. And the whole time when you're talking about it, I'm like, that sound, dude, that pop, that's a good hook.
So let's leave it to the guy here who has no content creation. I don't do computers. I don't do YouTube. It's one of you guys. Somebody's got to come up with Baby's Got Back. And every time you get the thump, when you pull the hook out, you got to edit to the song, and you got to create a short that Baby's Got Back and popping the hook out with trocar. So I'll take any credit that somebody makes for that. So go ahead. You can have that idea for free.
I think with the vibe that you have with those LEDs and AI, I think you could do it, Strauss. I really do.
Yeah.
Man,
there's going to be a chat GPT on that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, Eric and I go back a long time, like bloggers of Fish Exploiter or Fish Explorer, back when podcasts weren't even known, and Tim Emery was going way back. So when the world shifted, and when I used to be on a lot of pro staffs, and then when the world shifted to, you need to be in social media and have social media presence, and you have to have videos, and that's when Jimmy Straws lost all pro staff interest, because I'm just not a computer guy, and it's not a shade on anybody. I would love to put out some content. I think the knowledge that I have in the fishing industry, I think I could teach a lot of people. I would put up some good content, but I just don't even know where to begin, and I don't even know how to do that crap. So my loss.
You should learn, because you'd be good at it. You should learn. You would be good.
So here's the thing, though, dude, is you've got a rotary phone message, but you got gamer vibes with your background. So it's really confusing.
Right. Well, mixed messages. I mean, I'm from New York. Yeah. What do you expect?
Well, like he said last episode, with computers and phones, he's a caveman. But you put a Lowrance or a Garmin unit in front of him, and he's freaking Bill Gates.
Yeah, it's true.
I got a podcast episode idea.
Bring it on. We need them.
And well, I don't know if this is the right place for it, but I probably picked up a minor in marketing out here, because I've just been studying a bunch about algorithms and all this stuff. Not that my page is doing good. I've fished in 6 months now, but anyways, authenticity is apparently the next go-to for the algorithm, which I think is wonderful for trocar, because it lines up with, I mean, everybody that fishes it is just fishy dudes. Like, it's just you could just put it. It's not, there are some awesome videos out there that companies make that are, hype videos and super high production. I think those are still going to do really well, but what it sounds like is that with all the AI stuff, people are starting to crave again, like a genuine human being that's good at what they're doing behind the screen. And you just put a camera there and let it go. You don't edit it very much, and it's raw. And I think that's really cool, because you got, like, Eric's one of the best people you could just throw a camera in front of and just let him go. Flanagan, you're the same way. Just your videos are people love watching Flanagan's videos because they feel like they're on the water with him, and he's just a normal dude. There's no ego. So I think it's going to be a cool year for that. I don't know if that's a podcast episode on algorithms and stuff, but yeah.
I think so. There's a Google release on that. Let's get. I can't, dude. I almost dropped an F-bomb, and I'm better than that.
Bring it on. That's all right.
Do it. We're past the PG stage. We're into R.
But there was a Google update, not an update, but a newsletter, whatever. I want to say it was like 2 years ago, or maybe it was a year ago. It talked about, I want to say it was EEAT, where they're highlighting authenticity, like you said, Collins. And it's funny how hard it is for people to readjust. Where it's like, I could tell you for one, the first radio show I was ever on was called Catchin' Online Radio or something like that. I was a double ass hat. You know what I mean? I was trying to be in the industry and all the rest of the stuff. But like, a perfect example is look at G-Man. There was a video, I think it was last week, where it was G-Man talking about how you don't need a 16-volt battery to run your forward-facing sonar, and immediately the internet does what the internet does, and it played a clip of him saying, you need a 16-volt battery, blah, blah, blah. Dude, G-Man's not going to skip a beat with that. He's just going to roll with it. He's going to make a joke about it, and it's I honestly, dude, to second what Collins is saying, it's what fishing needs. I don't need some dude trying to sell me stuff that he doesn't use. Like I would rather hear somebody talk the finer points of trolling if they actually loved it. And you can imagine I'm not a trolling fan, but I would rather hear that than some dude try to pick and choose certain things to talk about to sound like they know what they're doing. Which another dorky flex on my end. I took off on TikTok once upon a time. And I would see these people that they would take my ideas, but they would do them without authenticity. And it was like, it quickly went from, them stealing an idea to the next video was, this is why you use braided line when you're cranking. And it's like, dude, if you don't live it, kindly shut up.
Yeah.
For
sure.
Turds float.
And I can tell you what, a lot of business people like Eric, who's in the marketing for Eagle Claw, you guys know who has the passion and who has the authenticity and has it in their heart. Because I can honestly say I've been sponsored with some decent sponsors throughout the year. When I was back in the boat world with Bass Pro Shops and Nitro Boats, and I can honestly say all my sponsors that I've ever gotten in my life was not because I reached out in an email or I had some social media. It was because they saw me talking to somebody, or I wound up talking to the manager or someone like Eric, and I was talking fishing, and man, you could see the veins in my neck bulging, and I'm getting excited, and I'm talking about it, and they're like, man, you have got a passion for this. What are you doing just out fishing, doing nothing? Come out here and talk about it. And I'll never forget my first seminar at Bass Pro Shops with the headset up there and the fish tank and the demo. I was so nervous going in, but when I got in there and I just talked about what I loved, it was magical. It just flowed. And I think we need more of the authenticity and less of pushing product. We can all watch an infomercial at any point. We need someone who we can feel and connect with now through a computer, because they're sending off that vibe of passion and authenticity. There's something to that for sure.
Well, I think there's going to be a shift in the industry, and I've predicted this for a while now. It's slower than I would like, but what's going to happen is the largest creators, when you're talking on the pro side, they're always going to be powerful because they live it, But what's going to happen is you're going to have local level anglers that can really move the needle for companies or move the needle for themselves in ways that they couldn't before. You have the advent of YouTube and all the rest of this stuff where there's no longer a gatekeeper of what can go out, which is beautiful and brilliant. But to hit on what Colin said, it's been inundated with so much crap, and the AI is going to get more and more and more, and it's just going to make people that can actually communicate more valuable. That's it.
I'm getting like I'm so in like AI fatigue right now. Like, I know it's cool for certain things, but like it is just like almost every other, like I'm looking at there's this new page, and I don't know if I should put them on blast because they're our neighbors, but I got it. If anybody from this organization is watching, please don't take this the wrong way. In fact, I'd love to get up and fish with you. I'm going to share the screen here, but I don't know if you guys have seen this. South Dakota kayak anglers, one of our neighbors, somewhere I want to go, but their entire page is just these AI images. I haven't seen a single picture of a real person on this page yet. I have no idea who's running it. I don't know if it's bots. I have no idea if it's just
Ethan's running it. Ethan's running it.
Yeah, right.
Nobody gets the joke.
Yeah. Dual threat.
I was wondering if he was going with the dual threat thing.
Yeah, but I mean, so if there is somebody watching who is behind this, first of all, it's great you're starting a club up in South Dakota. I would love to come up and fish with you, but I would implore you to put some actual pictures on there of actual members and actual fishing. Not every single post is this AI stuff. And it's just like, okay, that's enough, maybe for one or two posters here and there, maybe, but not like everything. It's like, oh my gosh.
It's only good if it's funny. It's only good if it's funny. You know what I mean? Like I would rather watch the dude that's running that South Dakota page announce a tournament schedule and clip their toenails with an actual video than I would the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's Duong does it, but someone over at CKFC. I'm pretty sure it's Duong. He's been doing those videos of people who won and, puts their face over somebody dancing out with the trophy. That's awesome. I love that kind of AI.
Yeah.
Responsible use of AI. It's either funny or it's the worst thing ever. You know what I mean? Like, which is and I'm not trying to get businessy, but if you get on LinkedIn and you got somebody like me that AIs their photo and they're not a fat shit anymore, they're all svelte and the background's all perfect. Yeah. It's like, shut up, dude. Just be fat. It's fine. Yeah. I'm fat. I'm not fucking. Sorry, I didn't mean to go that far. I get it.
It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. You're our only sponsor, so it doesn't really matter.
Was Leslie ready to throw a chocolate at you?
Yeah.
The best part for me with AI is you get a guy holding up a fishing rod, you got a guy holding up a fish, and then there's another hand coming over his shoulder holding onto him. Or this hand is like inverted backwards and he's got 7 fingers and 3 thumbs. It's like, that artificial intelligence is pretty artificial. Like, how did you get 3 arms? Like, I don't, it's not even good. And it looks like a cartoon. Like, I don't know, whatever. But don't ask me for any opinions on technology because you know that where that's going. If I did any content, I'll tell you right now, all my content, I would just hit live, and if I stumbled over my words or I stuttered, or that's me. That's what you're going to get. There's no editing. Yeah. I'm just going to go live, and my world would be Jimmy Straw's shorts. That's all I would do. Because that's all I'm capable of.
Hold on, it's you doing shorts or you in shorts? There's a little disconnect there because you said you're going to be live.
Got to watch the algorithm. I got to see what people are looking at. Someone's got to help me out here.
Sex sells.
Yes. Yeah. He's actually not wrong. First year of my channel, I would, some of my shorts would get a couple hundred views. If I had one with my wife on the paddleboard behind me, a couple thousand. Next one was just me fishing, back down to a couple hundred. My wife on the paddleboard.
Stormy, if you're still watching.
Come on, bring it on.
I'm going to take this a different direction. Do you know how many videos I've got with a ball hanging out with a GoPro in front of me? Like
I know exactly how many. I have them all saved.
And then that was the invention of the hairy dice.
Yeah.
That's the real JDM. That's EDM.
Hey, don't give away lure of the week, Jimmy. Come on, dude.
Lure of the week.
Also, be careful because if you throw a trocar through on that one, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we do make the TK 137 and a 4-aught. That would be a proper ball hook.
Jesus.
Kenzie and I.
Hi, Stormy.
Kenzie rides on the back of the autopilot, and then we tow Stormy around, and she gets sunburned. that's how that works out. Yeah.
I've towed my wife around a couple times, and she's gone out twice, and then she's like, "No, that's enough."
So I got another.
All right, Eric, that's it. You're towing me around on a paddleboard this summer, Eric. We're gonna put a video together. I'm gonna wear. You got to get a Trocar bikini. I'll put that on. I will.
I'll put it on. My wife might outfish me, but when I made the dinner comment earlier, nobody's lying around here. All right.
That's right.
Bless you.
I can't eat it all.
Hold on.
What's your hot take,
I know you had something, Hammer. I know you had something, but give me just a second.
Go ahead, bring it on.
Eric, I just need to know how much that bikini that Straws just said something about will cost. I got 5 on it, dog. Like,
I'm in.
Funny you would say that. It's $250. You get 2 shots for that.
I'm down. I got it.
You know where to put the T for Trocar. I got a perfect location for the T for the Trocar.
For bikini pics, I don't charge very much. If I charge by the pound, it'd be about $320.
Oh no! But Jimmy said if you get it, he's going to put it on. So I just need to know how much it's going to cost to make. I will pay for it.
Well, that's the thing. He thinks I'm half-assed. We both be wearing one. I'm not just going to have my buddy wearing one. That'd be weird.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
One of us with the top and one of us with the bottom, and the other one is just full blown like, well, hey.
That's what we'll do. We'll go live and we'll paper, rock, scissors and see who gets the top and who gets the bottom.
And one's going to pop out the side, so it's going to be good.
There's going to be some... There's going to be some.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Hammer, what's your hot take? That's enough.
No, that's great. You should definitely go somewhere with the team series with this idea. This is good.
Right?
No, my hot take was this.
Team series.
Yeah. No, so we talked about authenticity. The other thing that I was thinking is we're just like, we just share everything too much. Like, if you're trying to be, I don't know, if you're trying to stand out in this industry at all, whatever industry you're in, you can't your platform can't just be that you share everything. Like, and there's so much crap. But unfortunately, what sells is like the negative shit, right? So it's always the negative that we're like reposting and rebuilding. And if we want to just take this sport that we love so much and just take a hammer to it and beat the crap out of it, what better way than to just repost all the negative stuff? I think we do that a lot. Fortunately, like last week, Damian Tao caught a monster, like a 17.5 pound largie, and everybody was sharing that, which is great. But usually it's like, it's just some garbage, that. That's something I thought about.
Randy.
Two things. Two things, and I should be a better listener. I'm a horrible listener, but I think oversaturation is very, very real. I think it's one of those things where you can be so passionate about creating and you share so much that it actually hurts you because you're so readily available all the time. You look at comedians, like you look at Bert Kreischer, who he doesn't have a booger come out of his nose without posting about it. You know what I mean? And he oversaturates himself. And then you look at somebody like Dave Chappelle, when he comes out with anything, everybody pays attention because it's like, oh, he's not everywhere. Now, where's the balance with that? If you're trying to really grab hold as a creator, dude, honestly, I don't know. I can tell you Milliken saturates quite a bit, but he's so damn authentic. It does not matter. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like there's something I love that you're digging into all the content and looking at, cause that's to me, that's we're fishermen. It's what we do. We pattern stuff. You know what I mean? So when we're looking at it, it's just, I will say that there's an X factor in our industry that's maddening. There's always going to be turds. I don't know why everything's turds, dude. Like as soon as you said turds rise to the top, all I had to hear was turds once, and now everything's going to be a turd for 24 hours. But there's going to be people that pop up in this industry that haven't earned it, and you could spot that they're fake, and for whatever reason they'll get attention quick and then they'll go away. When you know that there's hundreds of people that are passionate and they work their tail off. I will say one thing that I've done. Let me make this about me. How about that? Let me make it about me.
Well, hey, you're the special guest.
I will say one thing that I know to be true from personal experience. If you just wait it out and you're not willing to quit, you'll get where you want to go. If it's content, if it's anything else, because most people don't have the resolve to stick it out year after year when they're not getting the forward momentum, and then all of a sudden it'll happen at once. I wish I had some zinger to add to the end of that, but I don't have anything.
I was going to say, it sort of sounds like, and I've never really watched these guys, so I'm probably not the best to talk about it, but it almost sounds like the Guggen sort of thing. And I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about them. I've never watched a full video, so I don't know how authentic they are, if at all. I don't know if they're the real deal or not, but they seem to have sort of gone the wayside. Am I wrong about that? Are they not really a big thing anymore?
If I had to guess, I would say number one, they revolutionized the industry for a moment in time. They really did. And I know a lot of people like to talk greasy about Guggen and all the rest of the stuff. You could look at the gray in my beard. I didn't watch a ton of their stuff. What I did love is they inspired young people to get out and fish. If I had to guess, they got a taste of the fishing industry on the business side, and it was sweet at first, and then it got sour at the end. If I had to guess, but I do know some of them are still very big players.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean,
let's all face it too. Let's be real. That Matt said about the hatred and stuff. Matt Collins. People also like to see people fail, and maybe fail is the wrong word, but maybe I'll ask Matt Flanagan this question. There was a time at Red Willow when you won a tournament. You won the tournament at Red Willow, but I do believe this is the same tournament where you dumped a 20-incher over your net or off to the side, right? That might be one of your higher viewed videos. So is there a balance as a content creator to create things like no one wants to see Jimmy Straws win Angler of the Year and catch all these fish and beat everybody. They want to see me lose a fish, drop a bunch of F-bombs and break my rod over my knee and whip it in the water and cuss a bunch, right? There's certain, so how can you play that algorithm as well where it can't always be fruits and nuts and happy times and rainbows and unicorns, right? Throwing out some content of some, not negativity, but human nature. People want to see other people fail. Like, you don't go to NASCAR to watch them go around the track. Come on. I don't think there's anybody that does that. I watch that so I can see a guy catch on fire and run down the infield on fire while the slow fat guy is chasing him with the fire extinguisher, doesn't put him out, and they helicopter medevac him out of there and they call Collins. That's good content.
I wish I could wait my turn and not talk. I can't help myself.
Bring it on.
What did Guggen, like, really? I mean, all the Guggen squad, much younger than I am. What did they teach us? People are interested in you taking them fishing. That's it. There's not, like, you can't stage anything. You can't now through creative editing. You can do some things like the video that you're referencing, LED straws. I thought it was a great video for the reasons that you pointed out. But at the same time, that's what was so refreshing when you first started watching him. Dude, my son, I ruined fishing for baby Eric because I tried to turn him into EVD, okay? He was burnt out by the time he was 12. I would watch him watching John B. It's just there's something about just not scripting everything and taking people fishing. Now, for somebody like me, I'm 45 years old. I like a little bit of all of it. You know what I mean? Like, I fish tournaments, dude. I love watching the prep. Don't get it twisted, dude. The reason why I watch all your guys' videos is to spot baits and spots. That 1,000%. Like, I will take everything that I can and I will use it. But the bigger whole, I think, is like, it goes back to Colin's point earlier. Authenticity and just taking people fishing, dude. Like, if the Flanavan is legendary at this point. You know what I mean? Like, the guys at Eagle Call were talking about it today. Yeah.
So I'm pissed that he didn't get another van. I'm bummed that you actually got
I was so close. Well, my truck's in the shop right now, so 2 months old and it's already in the shop. If I had another Toyota van, it would not be in the shop right now.
So, you and Bailey, huh? Jeez.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So what are you gonna do?
But there really is, dude. It's something like I would assume that consuming YouTube videos, Flanagan and Collins, you guys consume more YouTube videos than the three of us combined, me, Straws, and Nick, because you guys are melding two worlds. You know, both of you love creating content and you love fishing, and it shows. Like, what do you guys think on that with the algorithm and all the rest of the stuff? Is your job as a content creator to curate a story, or is it just live it and document it?
I'll go first. I try to have some semblance of a story, even if it's the same exact story every time. But even if I'm just going to the ponds, you know, it's okay, here's me launching. This is what I started out with. That didn't work, so I'm going to try this. That didn't work, so I'm going to try this. Oh, hey, this is working. So that's kind of the story. I'm really just telling the story of how my day went. Tournaments, of course, is a whole different thing. There's always a natural story there. So yes, I am sort of trying to have some sort of storyline, even if, like I said, it's the same exact story every video. So, Hammer, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably going to change like 180 on everything I'm doing, and then who knows? 5 years from now, I'll probably go back to doing the same stuff, but I'll be fishing. But I think people, you know, we're all tournament anglers, right? We love doing the tournament stuff. There's nothing more boring to watch than a tournament, a kayak fishing tournament video.
I'm the opposite. I like the tournament videos. Like even Blanchard, I like his tournament videos better than his fun fishing videos. So
I heard somebody say that once, and I was like, dude, you're right on. Because yes, we get it. Like, we 100%, like Eric's saying, you know, I'm going to take every little bit of juice I can off of a Scott Brand's video or a Matt Flanagan video.
Not his videos.
Not Brand's. Not Brand's.
We hit a nerve. We hit a nerve. Okay. As long as you steal it from Boyd, you'll be fine. Just take it from Boyd.
Not Eagle Claw Regional Pro Staff Scott Brand's. Definitely not.
Yeah, not that jive ass turkey.
Yeah. No, but so we get it. But I think when you think about, you know, how many people fish kayak tournaments, and what's your goal? I guess if your goal is that you want to market to people that fish kayak tournaments, you know, your views are going to be a little smaller, and it's going to be withheld, or it's going to be, you know, held into that circle of people that want to watch that. And then also, it's just, you know, I'm not doing this for a living. I'm doing this for fun. And you know, the big thing for me is like it's kind of like you know, like, used to just take a piece of paper and like journal back. And God, I hope fishing forums just come back and light up, like with this whole authenticity thing. Like I really hope we go back to like people writing long stories and journaling and talking to each other. You know, Facebook's kind of got a little bit of that, but no, I think you have to have some sort of story. But unfortunately, a lot of the best times that you catch fish, or the best stories that you have, are off script, and you can't script, you know, I'm going out here for a tournament. I'm prepped. I got no sleep. I worked all week, and I just got up at 3 a.m. to get out here. I turned the camera on, and I caught a PB. You know, sometimes you can't script that. So, but I think that raw stuff is, you know, sometimes what's the best. So I guess you got to be ready for it. But no, I think I'm actually going to switch it up when I get back. I'm going to keep doing tournaments because I love it, but I want to just take people fishing and document. I want to take my dad just bought a kayak. He's 72. I want to go fishing with my dad.
Shout out to El Jefe.
Yeah, El Jefe, you know.
That's right.
And then, you know, my daughter's getting to the age where she can probably get in her own kayak. So she can pull Stormy around and not me. I don't know. But yeah, I think that you have to have a story I think that's what Blanchard does well. Authenticity, Damian Tao, like you're saying, if you haven't checked his stuff out, he's just a fishy dude. He's gotten a lot better on the camera, but he was so nervous at the beginning. And I think that's what everybody loved about him. And he's catching giants. So, yeah.
the giant fish are an elixir that adds a little zing to anything. I read a book. Do you guys know who Rick Rubin is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Beastie Boys, Slayer.
Yeah. So in his book, one of the things that he talks about is the audience comes last, dude. Like legitimately comes last. You do what you love, you do what you want to see, and you do it with everything you got, and let the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm a recluse. I used to create content like you guys do.
Well, that's actually this is a good segue since we're talking about YouTube to bring it back to Eagle Claw. You do an awesome series, the Hookwork series.
That was going to be my comment. I consume a lot of YouTube, and in preparation for this episode, I watched the history of Eagle Claw, and man, those were some very genuine videos. You can tell that Eric and Matt like really, really dig that company. Like it's big time.
I mean, I guess it's on all of them. I was going to say, where's the best place to get the Hookworks? But I guess, I mean, I follow you, of course, on everything. But for those who don't follow Trokar on Facebook and Eagle Claw has a YouTube channel where you can get them. But are they just on all of them, or is there one place in particular it's easier to get them?
Facebook is probably going to be the easiest one. So one of the things I'll say about our team at Eagle Claw on the marketing side, we're small but mighty. And one of the things that really bugged me last year is, and it's all on me, it's not on my team, is the inconsistency of Hookwork. We want to come out with one at least once a month. We're sitting on one right now that we did with Scott Martin, and it's great. Scott talks about, you guys have to listen to how he talks about fighting a fish and how to manage the leverage. It's so good. But Facebook would probably be the spot. And we're going to try to continue to do that. The goal is 12. But yeah, so that was the clip of Scott Martin. But this year, we're going to do Fletcher. We're going to do Scott Martin. I'm going to try to get Shaw. We're going to get everybody. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching it, dude. It means a lot. I mean,
it's awesome, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah. The goal is I like for you guys that I fish against. The goal is if I do win, first I got to beat my wife, which has proven to be a freaking mountain. But I want to beat people at their best.
Wording. Let's wording on that.
Not you know what I meant.
Phrasing. That's what's
is that a shoe?
Phrasing.
Yeah. You just got another blanket for the couch.
I think they call it a chokla. I think it's like the slipper or something.
I don't know why she has a shoe in her hand. But yeah, it's such a big deal, dude. And when people start to look at hooks for what they are, which is the connecting point between you and everything that you're working towards, you're willing to put a little bit of thought into it. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that think about hooks as an afterthought, and it's like, dude, I keep paying entry fees. We'll keep taking your money. But for those of us that look into hooks a little bit differently, and that's probably the greatest joy with me is like some of the like Chin, Flanagan, Collins, like Nick, even Jimmy Strauss. You guys might not have fished Trokar a ton before, and to shed a little light on it and to see you guys take the strategic advantage of using the hooks and taking hook selection seriously, it's been awesome for me. Now, I don't like it the day of the tournaments, like you guys do really great and I don't, but the day after, I think it's really great.
Yeah, well, I go ahead, Nick. Yeah.
I can tell you. So for those of you that don't follow Eric on like Instagram or something like that, you should. Because you're going to see a reel come up every tournament day, and he's going to say something to the tune of, and I'm not trying to steal your thunder, Eric. It's going to sound something like, time for 5 bites. You better fish your best because I want you at your best. And I know after the national or not the national championship, excuse me, our championship, where I believe you got 4th, Eric.
Yeah, I got 2nd in one. CKB, yeah, I got 4th.
For CKB.
Yeah, CKB because Flanagan took 3rd and you took 2nd and my lovely Mountain took 1st. Yeah.
That's right. I was waiting for something to come flying across that. But like Eric's called himself a bunch of different names, and they have a bunch of names for him. But what I can tell you is he came up to me right after that, and he said, "Hey, man, great job." And he said a couple other things, and then he walked away. And that's from a guy who just took fourth and is very, very competitive and was chewing on that. And that's the type of stuff that you're going to get from, you know, all your local tournaments and all that, but especially like from guys like Eric. So it was humbling to me, and surprising in the same thing. So it's such a welcomed thing when we talk about authenticity and all that, like, because a lot of that gets lost nowadays with just everybody being, well, I won't say the word that I normally call them, but
well, dude, it's one of the things that I love most about kayak fishing tournaments in our world, right? Is dude, me and Leslie don't miss. I don't care if we take last and second last. We don't miss awards. We're late to every single awards. Late to every single one.
Oh, everyone, yes.
But we don't miss them, dude, because like. And I'm not going to act like I was wired this way initially. Like I wasn't, dude. Straws knows me probably longer than anybody. I wanted to beat you and kick everything that you had in your life before, right? And I learned that, dude, it didn't help me. So then I watched my wife, and my wife, she'll be fishing next to somebody. Which first of all, if I'm fishing next to somebody, I'm trying to burn a hole in their forehead through my eyeballs, right? Like, it's just the way I'm wired. She'll watch somebody catch a fish and she'll root for him. And I watched my wife do this over the years, and I was just like, what a way to be, dude. Like, what a way to elevate yourself through hoping other people are having as much fun as you are. And it was so infectious that when I started letting that into my old withered gray black heart, it's just better, man. And now it's worked its way into how I think. Like, I want you guys to do good. You know what I mean? I genuinely, everybody we fish against, I'll tell you, I'll give a weird shout out right now, dude. Ron Solberg just put forward facing sonar on his kayak. Did you guys see that?
I saw that. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah. So badass. But I say all that to say that, like, you guys are important to me. Like, you know, like I know that this turned into a Taster's Choice commercial, but I can, there's a saying, if I see further than others, it's from standing on the shoulder of giants. I normally reference that with my dad, because my dad is like El Jefe. He's very instrumental to me when it comes to me being a caring human being. That comes from my wife. So the mountain's great.
Yeah. So let me put this out. There's things that have crossed my mind, and there's lines that you don't cross in the fishing industry. And here's one of them. What, Eric, this is to you, since you're the Eagle Claw guy and you have unlimited supply of access of Eagle Claw. When is the cutoff date when one of us on this screen here can come to you on the day of the tournament and go, you know, I really could use a pack of TK 137s, and I'm all out and I'm not near Eagle Claw. I'm kind of scared to go ask Eric Friday night for the Derby on Saturday, hey, dude, do you have any extra TK 137s? And the reason I say this is because I know the competitive edge on him. In his heart, the big guy would be like, I got you, man. I'll help you out. Here's a couple hooks.
But I disagree.
As soon as you row away, Eric is going to be cussing you out, going, I can't believe that dirty so-and-so asked me for a hook on hook day and put me in that situation. What's the cutoff to ask Eric to you got any extra hooks?
I'll do anything I can to help everybody fish clean. But the difference is we all know the unwritten rules of tournament fishing. And asking for hooks, like you look at the Elite Series guys, dude, they'll let each other borrow baits the day before. You know, there's no different there. But the reason why I have no problem with that, or one of the reasons why I have no problem with that, is I genuinely believe in CKB and CKFC. The vast majority of people treat people how they want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, you come up to me on the water, as long as you get the hell out of my spot after I give you a hook, we are golden.
And let me clarify, I'm not asking Eric because he works for Eagle. I just know that he probably, out of all the guys in the tournament, he's got the most trocar or eagle claw or laser sharp hooks that I know I could go to ask. So I'm not asking him to give me stuff because he works at Eagle. That wasn't my intention. My intention is, I know this is the guy that's got something that I need, but I know his competitive. And here's the reason why I say this. When we left Gene's party, Gene Campbell had a Christmas party a couple of years ago. Eric and I and his beautiful wife and my beautiful wife, we both left at the same time. We pulled out of Gene's house. I never told you this story, Eric. It was funny as hell. We're driving down the road, and this is a 2-lane road, and Eric's in the slow lane. And this is not his hometown, his stomping ground. I know the road, so I went out, and I got next to him, and I looked over to Sharon, and I said, I don't think I should pass him because he's so competitive. And I purposely just sat there next to him till we got to the light and he went that way, because I just know that, is he like fucking straws? Is he testing me, or are we doing something here? I just know that just gives the vibe of the fishing community and how passionate we really are, how much we love each other. But at the same time, man, you stay away from me because I'll stomp you and your grandma.
I told you that one of our last episodes. I said there's a few guys. Nobody's ever been a dick to me, but there's a few guys. You two are two of them, Allee and Straws. Trev's another one. Love to death, all of you guys, but you guys have that extra gear on game day. Not that these other two, or I don't too, but you guys have like a different level of like, I'll talk to you afterwards. Like,
I was gonna say you're always like biffling people out. Like, I hope nobody comes to my damn spot. Like, you do that a lot, Flannery.
I talk it, but if somebody actually comes up to you, well, most people, there's maybe a very few that I would maybe say something.
Also, Straws, when you're ready to race, you just give 3 honks and then you're gone. That's the street racing thing. Ken probably knows all about it. He'll come in.
All right.
I will say this, that I'm and this I don't think this is a good flex on my part, but I'm more dedicated to my fishing career than I am to winning tournaments. So if I can get somebody to see the light with fishing great hooks, that supersedes my want to fish a tournament. That's what I'm saying today, right now, in one of the rooms in my house. Now that might be different. Believe it or not, dude, I used to play sports, and this might come as a shocker to you guys. I used to get in trouble a little bit because I took things a little too far.
No,
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah,
I was kind of, when I played hockey, I was similar to how I was with or am with fishing, where I'm like just having fun, like out there to have fun. I'd be the guy tapping the guy across from me on the face off. Hey man, had a good game out there, But if he runs my goalie, it's going to be a whole different. I do have that switch, but I don't have the game day switch that you guys have necessarily. I'm more just, hey man, we're having fun out here,
It's
to my detriment. To my detriment,
not
sometimes
want to kill every one of you.
Yeah.
In my youth, ooh,
well, I know Hammer's got that gear too, and his is easily triggered if you talk shit to him, and I learned that the hard way. Because I'm a shit talker. I'm from Philly, so I talk shit. Yes, and I like to talk shit. It's just what I do. Hammer has that switch. If you talk shit to Hammer, even jokingly, I made the mistake of doing this at Quincy. Dropped like 92 on my ass. I had like 60 something. It was.
I thought he told you to park the kayak on the shore. Let's go. Yeah. Get on the shore.
No, not that switch, but he saves that for the Kansas meth heads. Yeah. But no, he'll just.
We had a time last year. I thought you were going to talk about Norton.
Norton too.
That's what I was talking about.
We went out there last
year.
The
87 lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Thank God I deleted that footage, because that's the negative stuff that I just got rid of.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing it back up. But no, that day before that, it was just Flanagan and I, and then Nick was out the next day. And it was like, every year you have that one day that's just special,
It was crazy.
God, we were just calling our shots the whole day, and it was like, hey, throw on a pink. I'll throw on a pink worm. You throw on a metholite, and let's go. And we're just hammering them. And I was like, all right, first one to catch him, and then the competition starts, and he's tying his on. We're casting as quick as we can to every little piece, every target we can. I pulled one out right in front of him, and we just started. The shit talking was nonstop, probably for about 2 hours, and it was such a good bite. There's one clip that I got on it, and I threw my worm out, and it's just sitting there. I'm watching Flanagan talk. I was like, dude, the last catch, it just hit the tree. I did this, and as soon as I lifted my rod, there's a fish on it. I was like, get out of here! Like it
was crazy.
It was amazing day.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
He got me on the first trick worm fish, and then he caught the first over 3, and then literally as he was releasing the first one over 3, and we were talking about it, I was like, no way, you broke 3, you mother effer, this, that, and the other. I caught one that was like 3.5, and he was pissed.
Yeah.
So I got a weird question for you guys, because I give me an opportunity to highlight a hook that I don't think everybody uses, very awkwardly too, as I stop all the momentum that the podcast had carried. But do you guys fish a TK 180?
Which one is that? That sounds familiar.
So it's a light wire long shank finesse hook. If you Bubba shot, if you do anything like that, I'm telling you, when you get done with this, go to our website, look at the TK 180. For my money, I don't know why I thought of this as we're all talking, but it's the most underrated hook in the Trocar lineup for people that have not fished it once. If you fish it once, you're always going to have it.
I'm trying to think.
Is it like a worm hook, like a long shank and the J bend with a little offset at the top?
No offset, so it's a straight shank.
Straight shank. Okay.
I know I wrote that down to get some, because I watched, I don't know if it was a Hookworks video or Chen or Collins or someone did a video about it, but I remember somebody had something about the TK 180 where I was like, it dinged something in my head, and I don't remember what it was, but I was like, I got to get some of those.
So Zona, he'll throw a baby Z2 just threaded on it. And
that might be it.
G money, yeah. So like Collins, I know that you like to drop shot baby Z2s too, right? So if you're ever in one of those situations where they're nipping at it and it's driving you nuts, you can thread it on that TK 180. It moves the hook point back. It's such a badass hook. I would be interested to see if you guys added it to your arsenal, how you would add it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think that's exactly what it was. It was threading the worm all the way on it to drop shot it, and so that the worm stayed. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Hammer.
Did you see with all the baits that came out last year, the biggest thing that I was excited about is that, I got on that like 6 to 8 inch minnow bite last year. The dice bite was fun too, but that 6 to 8 inch minnow bite was insane. At 10 killer, I had a day. And but they're so hard to get. So all these companies that are now increasing their line out from 3, 4, 5 inch to now 6, 7, 8 as well. I think it's just good for all of us, because now we can actually get this stuff and fish. I think that's kind of one of the things where it's like, if I go to a tournament and it's like, oh, I couldn't get Sakamoto shads, and the guy that had Sakamoto shads won, that kind of sucks. But if it's like, hey, there's a million, 6 to 8 inch minnows out there. And some of them are also made in the US now, which is pretty sweet. But the Z2s, they expanded the line out on those. So, I mean, you could Bubba shot a 5 inch Z2 now, or even a 6, I think, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I went down the path with the minnows, and Collins, you're the reason why I started buying the bigger minnows. Some of those Pueblo posts, you're the reason I got hair jigs. You're the reason why I went big on the minnows, and I went stupid on the minnow selection that I have. So we had the winter derb, that Chen won. And dude, I kept cycling through minnows, trying to find the one, like a total turd. The turd's float to the top. And I bet you I used 7 or 8 different minnows within the course of like 45 minutes. It's just, but again, the reason why I always hate getting the one thing like the Sakamatas is I don't want to have it and then not be able to rely on it. So like
exactly.
It drives me nuts. And then just to show you guys influence on the tackle buying community, I also bought today Morning Dawn jackhammers from Flanagan, kicking my ass in the state championship.
Mm-hmm. Just stay out of Turkey Creek come May. Stay out of Turkey Creek come May. All right. I don't want to see you in there.
Yeah, I was just asking if I could borrow some of those for the trip I've got coming up. And that's weird, Flanagan, because you just sent me a thing to a Bass Pro Shop link.
Yep. He asked me for a couple. I said, here you go. They got him at Bass Pro.
Hey, Bass Pro's got him. You ain't getting mine.
I only got 5 left. I got 5 left. They got to last me all season.
That's
I would have
funny.
replaced them, sir.
No, I'll give you some. I'll give you some.
That's funny, dude. I ordered some of those today. We had through the chat. We had another deal that came up where I did find that you can only order 18 at a time. So I got a couple orders coming in on that other one.
I might have ordered 4 or 5 as well that day. And I may or may not have found some 7-inch Sakamatas. I just don't know if they're actually going to show up. So
have you guys got on to I just forewarning, this is going to cost you money if you get on it. Have you got onto Whatnot yet?
No, I'm not playing that game.
Oh, dude, I've in the past 2 weeks, I don't know how many pairs of Jordans I got. I've got some Jordans and a lot of fishing stuff coming. It's an auction site, and dude, you can just get stupid deals. The thing I don't understand is there's some people that are paying more for JDM baits than retail, but if you really watch what you're doing, I mean, you could score a lot of tackle. And it's funny, I ended up running into Big John is like a local bass guy that I've known for years and years. We were betting against each other on this thing the other day, but if you get a chance to check it out, I think it's great. And the thing that's interesting, to take it back to authenticity, if you're good at that, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, talking, we lost Hammer there. Hope everything's good there, but he probably just had somebody walk in on him. So,
yeah, I'll check right now.
He's back now. He's back, or he's trying. Device is not connected. We'll see. But talking, not obscure, but hard to get baits. Nick usually asks us what our bait of the week is. And
I was just going to transition to that.
This one came up. I'm sure you guys all read the same Bassmaster. It was the one before this one, I think. I don't know if they were talking about Lake Biwa or just Japanese baits in general. But the guy mentioned these right here. The Judy fish.
Yep.
And it's a minnow, and I'm not a minnow shaker, but what piqued my interest was he said he loves it as a chatterbait trailer. It's a minnow, as you can see, but it's got these little flappies on the back. I was like, I'm all about trying. I got a really good chatterbait trailer that I'm very happy with. I'm not going to mention it. You can watch my videos if you want to see what it is, but I'm not going to mention it. But yeah, I was like, that's one of those ones that is just always out of stock on Tackle Warehouse. You got to put on the email notification and grab them as soon as they come in, because they're just always out of stock. But I'm curious to try it on jackhammer.
That's how I did the Sakamata thing. So we'll see.
Judy fish, they're kick-ass walleye bait. I got a couple packs of them. But did you rip the little what the hell do you call it? Fingers? Did you rip them? Because I didn't know if you were supposed to rip them or leave them.
I think you're supposed to rip them because see, the one that I pulled out, I did, but yeah, when they come out of the package, all those little tails are connected. But the issue that I saw them on Bassmaster, they were all separated. So I was like, you should probably separate them then. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. Chen. See, I knew Chen would be on these. He said, "Don't you dare throw it on the chatterbait." That's what I got him.
I just said those are what are they? $16 for a pack of 4 or 5?
$16. Yeah, it's crazy.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how much content creation, back to this little topic, Eric said something before that, hey, I started throwing those because I saw you doing it, Collins. How much do you think, do you ever regret putting out content as content creators because you're exposing things that work for you, that you now know that you just gave me or Eric or Trev a piece of a puzzle that it might cost you a tournament coming into another deal? Does any of that ever come in? Because I can say honestly, I'll be honest, a lot of I won't create content because of the 20 years I fished out here. I'm not going to expose my stuff and my baits that I use and my techniques to people. I'm selfish and I'm greedy, so I don't want to do that. But once again, this is the guy that gets a shirt that says, "Don't grow the sport."
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah. I don't have any regrets. Like, I think that's part of it. If you're going to put stuff up there, I think you need to put it all up there. But I think, you know, timing is a thing. Like, there's a reason that Chen probably posts all of his stuff a year later, which is smart. But
are you saying I'm dumb for putting them out 3 days after the tournament?
Yeah, you know, we got a Pueblo tournament, and then the next weekend we're back at Pueblo. I'm going to watch Flanagan's video. No, I think I think one of the things on this that people miss is, you know, like, Eric's going to pick it up, you guys are going to pick it up, but one of the things I'm excited about, you know, I'm a forward-facing dude, is I'm going to buy probably an Apex unit that I can actually like screen record out to, because I want people to see like the details that that I can't convey, you know, talking about it. Like, when I'm fishing a spot, and like the hair jig thing, I did kind of want to keep that because I knew, but like, you go to awards and people are like, I caught him on a hair jig, and I was like, I couldn't figure that out, and then I figured it out, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put it out there, you know, someone told me about it, and the reason I got really into this is because people kept helping me out with stuff, and I want people to get into it. But I think showing there's always something different about how you fish it, what you're fishing over, you know, that one rock that, you know, is in that spot you went to, or the way that, like, there's a video, well, you were talking about the 90-inch day at Quincy. There was a certain way that this place sets up, and you get in there and you're like, with Nick, you were right next to me when we fished it once. I was like, just watch this drop, and you can see the fish come out and attack it. And that's something that it doesn't matter what the bait is as much. And I think that's something that, you know, like, we all kind of get caught up on, is like, oh, it's the bait, it's the rod, it's the, no, a lot of times it's putting the bait, presenting to the fish the right way, and getting them to actually go on it. So I think, you know, I want to show all of it. If I could show all of that, where it's like, because that's what I want to watch. I want to watch that fish that you don't see on forward facing come out of nowhere and wreck it. And how did you get that to happen? That's what I want to see. So I want to show it all.
Yeah, I don't regret sharing stuff. I mean, I make jokes about Turkey Creek, but my stuff is all obvious. Like, if I have any secret, if I have any success, which I moderately, but the secret to my success is doing the obvious stuff. I fish the high percentage obvious stuff. So it's not, I don't have any secrets. I don't have some secret bait. You all know I'll throw in a jackhammer or a buzz bait or a Texas rig. I don't have some secret bait that nobody's figured out yet. So I'm not too worried about sharing my stuff, because it's all obvious. It's meat and potato stuff. So,
well, I do have one thing. Oh, so I just started this new series where I'm doing like the lake breakdowns. And granted, like, these are like, I'm moving to Kansas next year, so I wanted to do a bunch of lake breakdowns, and then I'm going to go to these places, fish them, and see how it's set up. So I posted some of these out, and some of the comments that I've got on them are like, "Oh, this guy's, you know, just dropping spots left and right," and I'm like, brother, I spent the time, maybe an hour, to actually research a lake and tell you how I'd go out. if you're a fishing guide and you're threatened by someone at their computer spending an hour researching and putting that information out, get out, get a new job.
Yeah.
Then you're not worth your weight in anything, you know.
Yeah.
If that's what you're gonna, you know, because I actually had a guide reach out and be like, you're ruining spots. And I'm like, I'm not. If I can find your spot in 30 minutes and ruin your fishing whatever, like, any good guide is not worth that.
You need to get some new spots. Yeah,
exactly. So whatever.
That's awesome.
And I can also say that if I showed a video of where I was fishing, some of the spots that I was fishing in Pueblo, I can guarantee that I'll never have those fish on that spot ever again, because it's something that people aren't going to find. And if I expose that, I can almost guarantee that anybody who watches the video I put out, strangers, are going to be on that spot. And then come tournament day, you don't think that somebody's going to be on that submerged 3 brush piles that are right off that channel swing by the dam that I had found in 17 feet of water that holds a bunch of 17s? Like, nah.
What's
I
the
like the
8-digit grid that, like, so is that like Echo Sierra? Like, what's the rest of that number? Just for content, not for any kind of nefarious thing. Like, bring up your phone and show us.
Okay. Well,
I'm just kidding, Jim.
So what I'm thinking about is, number one, Flanagan, were you really influenced in the way you fish via YouTube as well?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, so my theory is dog shit. But so let me go backwards. Colin staying true to the game, I think, is really cool, because that's what influenced you, and giving where you've gotten, I think, is very, very real. But to take that to Strawbridge, you and I, we didn't have YouTube. You know what I mean? So I think our mentality somewhat is different, because I used to do a bunch of videos. I used to write all the time. I had a podcast and everything, and then I started fishing tournaments, and I got real quiet real quick. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But again, the Leslie effect. You and our brains are very similar. Our taste in LEDs is slightly different, but so Leslie will tell me, like, dude, nobody's going to go on your spots. Like, nobody's going to go on your spots. And when you just talked about the channel swing and all the rest of the stuff, I thought, oh, bless his heart. He thinks that the majority of these people we fish against can find a channel swing.
See, that's the thing. When I say my stuff's obvious, like, there is a part of me that worries, okay, yeah, I took third at last year's championship in Turkey Creek. Am I going to have more if there's going to be a bunch of people in Turkey Creek with me coming this May 2nd? But it's not like Turkey Creek's a secret spot, so I can't claim, like, oh, I found this spot and everybody's going to follow me. Everybody knows Turkey Creek. I just happen to do pretty good there and made a video of it. So, but I do worry, am I going to have more company next time? I do worry about that.
The thing that's interesting is you pick spots that are it fits how you fish. Same thing with Strawbridge. It fits how you fish. And the breakdown videos, dude, like, in having a guide reach out to you, if that's not just the most shining endorsement for the value of those videos, dude, I don't know what is. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's one of those things where I've toyed with the idea of creating more, because I do think there's value to it in ways that I was always attracted to. But I don't know that mine would be that entertaining, because I purposely fish shitty spots that other people looked past, because I feel so strongly in my ability to land everything I hook.
Oh, you know, we all know yours would be entertaining as hell if you had the time to do it.
Well, I mean, I'm thankful I'm not in a padded room now. If I release what goes on a tournament, they're going to cart me away.
Well, we'll just do the you and Jimmy Straws in bikini channel then. That'll be good enough.
Oh, dude,
it'll get views.
It'll get views.
Here you go, Strawbridge. Here's one. You and I, you top, bottom, whatever. You remember the Boyd race?
The what?
The Boyd race?
Yes, I do.
So me and Strauss have a similar spot that we like to fish at Boyd. And one of the things when we used to have shotgun starts, this goes way back to CKFC days, nobody was going to beat me to my spot. Nobody was going to beat me to my spot. Like I'll die before I don't make it to my spot. Nobody would beat me to my spot. So I haven't had company at any of these spots because Strawbridge started fishing kayak tournaments a little bit later than I did. So I don't remember what year it was, but I'm like, God, this is great. I beat everybody. Nobody's here. And then I see this dude coming from over by the inlet or somewhere. I was like, this son of a gun. He launched way down here. And I was like, nobody's going to beat me to my spot. So he's got a beeline to it where he's closer than I am. But I don't think you noticed me until we were actually racing to the spot. And then we got there, and I didn't know who it was at first. And then when it was Straws, he goes, all right, dude, like, where do you want? You start there, I'll start here. But it was funny knowing how we're wired similarly. I guarantee you we were talking shit about each other the whole time until we saw who it was.
Oh, for sure. But you know what? I knew it was you because you were the only one that could make that run. I think it might have been before Motors, and you were making a beeline. And we have been around long enough where I think this is the reason why I don't put videos out. I do have little things that I want to keep secret, and I think that is the most cordial that us two have ever been to each other on the water during a tournament. But we respected each other because we knew we were both in the same thing. We both found the same stuff. And I'm not going to lose a friendship over it or start getting all nasty with you. Let's figure out, where do you want to start? What's your game plan? I'll go over here if you want to go over there. And we actually worked it out. But I think that is the only time that you and I have ever really crossed paths on a particular spot. But there definitely is, and especially at Horsetooth, I'll put this out there, there's definitely some secret spots and some secret things that hold fish and that I would never be willing to give up on a video to teach somebody. I would teach them on something else rather than that particular spot. So I respect what Matt Collins is saying 100%. It's all about the teaching. And I did get to a point in Colorado back in the day when we used to write for Fish Explorer and do blogs and stuff. We used to write how to catch bass and spawn, understanding seasonal patterns and fish movement. I don't know how many times I would get a DM saying, Straws, you're putting out too much information. You're teaching the grocery getters. Chad LaChance reached out to me and said, you got to tone down your blogs. You're giving too much detail because you're giving the grocery getters enough information how to pick fish off of the spawn, and it's going to deplete our fisheries. And he's not wrong.
So two things. Number one, you got to do it. You would love it. You would be
Come on, welcome. George. Bring it on.
Goodness.
Let's go. It'd be awesome.
You'd be so welcome in the community.
Yep.
The other thing is that the reality now is if and this is just my take, this isn't anything more than that, but if Collins doesn't do it, somebody's going to do it. If Flanagan doesn't do it, somebody's going to do it. And the thing that I like about, and I've told myself this in the past too, where it's like you can bring in messaging in your videos where you talk about catch and release if you want to. Yeah, you know what I mean? You can give a message of sustainability within the sport, how not to be a dick on the water. You can do all these things where if these guys don't create it, somebody else is going to. And maybe the message of, harvest responsibly or whatever, it's not going to be included. So it's one of those things that, like, my mind wants to think in abundance, and I think that's scarcity thinking. You know what I mean? If we give too much information, somebody's going to take it all. Somebody's going to take it all. It's like, it's almost to the point where that argument's with the DNR. It's not necessarily with the people on YouTube. And it's taken me a long time to get to that point. But it's like, I'm on the issues committee with the Rocky Mountain Wildlife Federation. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. We shouldn't have to special spots. Yes. Like the spot within a spot for sure. Yeah, I had a point and it's gone. Turd.
That's all right. We got to start wrapping this up anyway. We're already up to 2 hours. Nick, do you want to do bait of the week? Are we doing bait of the week?
Yeah, and I love that you changed yours up from a jackhammer. You said
I said it was going to be a jackhammer
with a crazy JDM. You can't get it bait, which is hilarious to me.
Is it pronounced hide up or Hade up? hide up or hide up? Because I know there's a lot of hideos.
I feel like it's both.
Japan.
It's whatever you want, dude. It's whatever you want.
I say hide.
My old ass can't even see that.
Everybody gives a different dialect. It's fine.
Did Ray Charles make that? I don't know. I can't see.
All right, I got a couple for bait of the week. Lipless. If you want to go fast, lipless this time of year, especially if you have grass in the water, I'm probably going to be throwing some of these here in a couple weeks. Eric, I might need some hooks for that deal, because my guess is the $3.99 Shields bargain bin. Them hooks probably aren't the best ones.
Laser sharp
949s?
Yeah, 949s, dude. Laser sharp or trocar. You can't go wrong.
949s, size 4. Size 4 is usually good for most crankbaits.
Then if you're going to go slow, or if you're going to just kind of do the regular thing, we got a minnow. This is a mooch minnow. This is the new 4-inch size. Collins, I've got a little curation of different sizes here soon. And that's on a head that's probably not super common for most.
Is that the laser sharp? The laser sharp one?
Sorry, get my fat fingers out of it.
That's the laser sharp one. Right?
Looks like an HLI. Yeah.
Really beat up.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be laser sharp 3/8, the holographic live image jig.
Yeah.
And then if you go real slow, shaky head. The only reason I've got those out is because here in a couple weeks I plan on throwing one of them in Tennessee. So that's my 3.
Those HLIs are in the clearance section of the website right now. So if you guys want to clean them up, I turned into the ShamWow guy. You're giving out great information, and I'm selling people.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's the 1-2 punch.
But it's interesting, your bait selection. So you got Flanagan's showing the giddy up or whatever, the Judy booty or whatever. So I got the whole Koiki right here, and then you're talking lipless, and I just on the box of shoes I've got a lipless right there. It's like we're all in sync. This is great.
And bake.
Isn't the Koiki? That's also hitty up, isn't it? Hitty up.
Yeah.
I think it is, right?
Yeah. Corey Doyle. It's still living its worst life. That's hilarious, man. Dude, Matt and Nick, do you know of Fish Explorer? Do you know what that's about? Have you heard about it? Do you know what it is?
I have. Yeah, I have. And I think by the time I checked it out, it was already like just shit.
I know.
I've been fishing for a long time, but I was always just a bank guy, so I didn't have to deal with too much of that stuff.
Well,
I was
only
a bank
been
guy.
tournament fishing for 4 years now, like 4 or 5 years, and I've taken it serious for like 3. So it was. I saw it and was like, oh, it's just the same generic information on repeat.
Yeah.
I mean, place and time. So Colorado Fisherman was the OG, triple OG. Fish Explorer, I think when I quit writing for it, I had over 1 million views. But it was Strauss, I've always kind of written the same way. But I saw Reeker's comment there. The ladder jigs, they're badass, dude. They're badass.
Yeah.
It's an Eagle Claw product, so that it's very budget friendly. Walmart's got them. I think we have them on the website, but. Dude, I don't care if you're ice fishing, if you're crappie fishing. It's really, really cool. But definitely check them out.
Look at that. Yeah, good. It still lives.
So I will say this: Fish Explorer had its time in the sun. It did turn into Fish Exploiter. That's what the local terminology was. But the OG, triple OG, is always going to be Colorado Fisherman. It's the first time in my life where I could talk about fishing and I didn't feel like I had a dong hanging off my forehead because everybody thought I was crazy weird because I was so passionate about fishing. Colorado Fisherman, and if Don Browen's still on here, dude, this state owes a lot to you. There's so many of us. George Morey's one of my good friends. Dude, that's where I met G. You know what I mean? It was Colorado Fisherman. It was the first place where I felt like, again, I could communicate my passion with people that got it. And when you don't have any exposure to your tribe and you're in your 20s, it's very hard to not feel like a weirdo. I'm still a weirdo among fishing weirdos, but it's super cool. Super
You know
cool.
what I thought the weirdest thing about you, in my opinion?
Bring it on! Bring it on!
You were right. I forget what you were writing about. It was one of your legendary posts, but you were writing about how you went. I think it might have been Big Soda, and you said you were going because you wanted to go. You were going sauger or sawguy fishing. I said that motherfucker might be the only guy I have ever known who went specifically out to target sawguy. Like I've never known another single person in my life who, or even heard of anybody who specifically went out to target sawguy. That was like a whole different level of weirdo fisherman for me.
So walleye with different stripes.
Walleye is one thing, but sawguy, he was specifically going for sawguy, not walleye.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's a couple assassins on this podcast right now, old buddy, and I am one of them. I got my target in my sights, and I get my target. There's no bycatch. I want a sawguy. I'm getting a sawguy. There's no collateral damage because I am a fat ass assassin.
I couldn't believe that. That was just like, holy shit, that's a different level. Like walleye, sure. Sawguy? Who the fuck fishes for sawguy?
I'll tell you this too. You know what? I'm since I was talking about assassinry, I'm gonna give some juice here. Okay, Collins is dropping juice in Kansas and pissing off all the guides. This is the kind of juice it's a little harder to extract because there's seasonality to it. All of our smaller fisheries in the state of Colorado have a cyclical nature about them. So basically what I'm saying is there is gyms that are in the best part of the cycle right now that are kicking out big fish that everybody forgot about or they thought they'd been fished out. So when you can start to pattern these cyclically, I think that's how you say that, you find that fishing in Colorado is a lot better than a lot of people think. And there's a couple OGs like old buddy George on there. There's a lot of fish caught in this state that nobody sees. But that's a part of it. It's the cyclical nature. So it's like if somebody wants to, dig in the data and look at some of the stuff, master angler list, straws, we've all done it over the years.
Yeah.
But you can see the spots that kick out fish. If you're going for big fish, again, I turn this into a stupid TED talk that fits what I want to talk about because I'm a turd. But you don't want when numbers are high. In the cycle, you don't want when numbers are high. You want when an area's been fished out, you know what I mean? Maybe somebody made a YouTube video and it gets fished out. What it does is it'll open up a forage base to where a couple specimens can thrive. You're not going to catch as many fish, but dude, I've been doing it since a very, very long time now. And there's fish that I, like George, you just don't show anybody because if you do, they might pick up on it. But I do that because I'm a damn assassin, a fat ass assassin. That's my TED talk.
Eagle claw assassin.
Yeah.
So you guys just showed the TK 137, which is an awesome hook, and I know a lot of guys wacky rig with that. So if you're in a situation where you need that finesse or that that wiggle that gets, and you need to get down faster, how do you guys add your weights? How do you add weight to the TK 137 to create like a weighted wacky style jig head? You just use the old clam leads and clip them on? Or here's the ultimate question, Eric, is Eagle Claw or Trocar thinking about coming out and adding some tungsten or something to the TK 137 to make a wacky rig jig head?
Damn it, I talked about the juice, didn't I? I talked about the juice. Okay, so
is this top secret? Am I breaking rules here? Sponsorship's over.
Well, dude, I'll tell you a bite I got onto, and I don't know if it's going to work its way into a product, but I'll tell you, even the products I used to get onto it. So there's a company called Zappu. It's a Japanese company. They make it's called the Wacky Shot. Okay, I started playing with that at the end of last year, and what I was doing, I was T-boning a baby Z2. And don't think of a wacky jig, because a wacky jig, the weight is at the top. The Wacky Shot, the weight is further down on the shank. So I'm figuring the pulling power of this presentation. I'll say one word. Collins will get it immediately. Siren. As I'm doing this, I'm like, dude, this I'm going to use this in a tournament. I know I'm going to use it in a tournament. I stick a good fish, and that dumbass weak hook opens up, and I'm like, you know what I need? I need some freaking America here is what I need. So what I did is I got a split shot, dude, and I put it. I didn't use the 137 because I didn't think I needed the extra shank. So I used a 150 VP, and all I did is I took a split shot, and I'll send you guys some pictures, and I just pinched it on with a pair of pliers. You got the V bend right here, just a little bit up, and there's something about it that there was a topwater technique that they started talking about on Bassmaster called quiver shotting. It's basically the same thing, but all you guys got to do is if you do that, put a Baby Z2 next to your kayak and just shake it like you're on meth or Mountain Dew, whatever. If you're being a good boy or a bad boy, but you're gonna see what that thing does, dude, and you're gonna go, yeah, I get it. Now, is Trokar going to make it? I have no idea because I don't know the mass appeal to it. Is it something that I think that you hombres should add to your tournament arsenal? I do. I really, really do.
So you're saying you clamp it onto the shaft of the hook rather than onto the knot or the line, so to speak, to give it. You're bringing it on the shaft of the hook.
It's the
Prince Albert.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I just got a weird visual. I can't lie about it. I got a weird, but yeah. So those Japanese fellas, dude, when it comes to finesse fishing, those Japanese fellas, they know a thing or two, right? So when I saw that Zap-2, I was like, and I'll tell you how I got here too. Even more transparency. I was trying to pick Josh Gardner's brain. I was like, tell me about these little Japanese worms, dude. And I ordered these stupid skinny shits that I'm never going to use. And then I had these jig heads. And then one day I was just like, Baby Z2, I got to do it. And then I rode this pattern home to the point to where it's when there's an opportunity for me to use it in a tournament, give me your damn money. Give me your money because it's that good. Now it's just like anything else when we tournament fish, dude. Can I identify when that time is? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Fair enough.
That Collins, tell the guys about Siren. I know Flanagan knows about Siren. Nick, you guys.
So I got it from you. Yep. I got it from you. Honestly,
I actually have no idea what you're talking about because I have no idea.
I got it from Collins.
I got it from these guys. Serious Angler had it on. So it was working up in New York, and I like to watch those guys because I think there are a lot of similarities. Super clear water, you know. But there is a time of year. If it's on, it's on, and if they're not on it, you'll know. But Siren is super bright. Chartreuse green, Baby Z2 color, and it can be the juice. And there's sometimes I'll use that same color on the back of like I'll use Taku throws that same color on a jackhammer as a trailer, and I watched him just like a surgeon putting that jackhammer all over the bank. It was
what color jackhammer?
Incredible, but I watched Taku the other day. I don't know what his trailer was, but it was like the same color, and I think he was throwing the jackhammer that was like the white and green mix, and then so it's like the chartreuse with white, but it just had a straight chartreuse trailer on it.
So I signed Adam Deacon this year from the Serious Angler. So I covered him. I covered him in high school tournaments in Colorado.
Yeah. That was with they was with CSU, right? Wasn't he the CSU with him and who was that black haired kid?
So you got Ryan. You got Ryan Wood. It was Ryan Wood, Adam Deacon. I want to say Tanner. Gosh, dude, I should know all these names. My buddy Ethan's gonna be so frustrated with me. But I reached out to Adam and he's like, yeah, I would love to. So Matt got him signed, and that's badass. It's a great podcast. All the different Serious Angler stuff is really, really great. The Z's got one where he'll do. Do you guys know the name of the Strike King fluke? Is it the caffeine shad?
Yes,
the big one.
Caffeine shad.
Yeah.
He's got one. If he's got a, I think it's show dirt. But what he'll do is he'll put it on. I think he puts it on EWG, and it's like 30-pound braid, and he just reels it in. He just reels it in fast, and it's the same thing as Collins was saying. Like if it's the thing, they just come unfreaking glued on it. It's a color that, especially with the clear water we have, you have to have it. And if you beat us with it, we get a percentage of the winnings.
That's it, by the way, if you haven't seen one.
Yeah.
I got on a good blade out of. Okay. Go ahead. No.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's. There's something about like the. Yeah, I'm just gonna spew gear stuff here, but like when you win a tournament, it's always like you use one pack of baits, or you just have the same bait, and then you use like 10 packs of them. It is nice that if that's the bite, and you don't throw it or you don't break off, like you could literally throw that one plastic all day long. One or two of those things all day. It is nice. So
hell yeah.
Well, I got on a bite on it at Trinidad last season, and shouldn't be giving away this juice because we're going back there this year. But it's not juice because I was there 2 weeks before the tournament, and they were crushing the on a drop shot, the siren.
It's on video. And it's on video. We can all see it.
But then I tried it tournament day, and they didn't want it. 2 weeks later on tournament day, they didn't want it. But I still took second on the El Jefe.
There's another color. I'll just throw it out there. Gobi.
Don't do it.
That's another.
No, he did it. He did it. I knew. I was gonna say there's another one that I've heard Eric talk about, and it was that one. It's that
one.
Well, I got something. Go ahead, Eric.
Well, I was gonna say I got another one that's just old school bass fishing. When so the siren color, it's Collins, you guys know if it's on, like you said, it's the best thing in the world. As soon as I get 2 refusals on screen, I have to put it away. That's how quick you know with it. But a color that I use when I'm really struggling to get bit is always black, dude. It's a black flatworm. Always, always, always black. There's something about it. Obviously there's green pumpkin, or green pumpkin goby, the best color that's ever been invented.
Never tried a black flatworm.
Anything ever.
Write that down.
It's saved my ass in so many different tournaments. I just dude. This is the thing that sucks about watching your podcast and now being a part of your podcast is now I have to be a normal member of society and not fish tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because now I'm envisioning in my head. I've got us in a tournament. The fact that Straw's just gotten so pissed off about it being on video, like I'm getting pumped up for tournament season, dude.
Well, I touched on something last year, and I showed Flanagan this, and I'm going to drop the juice on it because whatever, I don't care because I don't throw the bait. Flanagan might not be too happy about it. I'm not a jackhammer guy or a chatterbait guy, right? But I'll throw it. There's a time and a place. Once again, I am not a fly fisherman, but I'll tell you one thing I did last year. I tied hair, I guess I'll call it, or fuzz. I'm not a fly guy. Somebody help me out. Instead of a trailer on the back of the jackhammer, I tied some feathers and I tied some shiny stuff and the marabou, and all that. And I will tell you what, trailer don't come off. It stays on there, and that action, and you can put those little silvery, like shiny. Once again, my terminology is not there.
Flashaboo.
Right, there you go. You tie hair on the back of a chatterbait. Hello, folks.
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find a picture.
It's on video forever now.
I'm going to take your alley oop and I'm going to dunk it home. So I do the same thing, but I call it the homebrew. Okay. And it's kind of this color. Yeah. And it's deadly, dude. Absolutely deadly.
Let me see. I'm trying to find a picture.
What part of the anatomy are you getting that hair from, Eric? Is it scented?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a musk to it. We take it from what we call the Gandalf in the Allee household. That you can only harvest every so often, but it is deadly and it comes with its own scent.
Yeah. So there's a grow season for this.
Yeah, if you guys sold a Shaw Grigsby jig, that hair jig with Shaw's mustache would go off the shelves.
The Shaw stash, just legendary stash. I mean,
there it is. That's I stripped the skirt off a jackhammer and tied some white hair and feathers on it.
Yeah, I've got some homebrew morning dawns I had to make that not as photogenic as that. Interesting hair on a jackhammer.
I haven't thrown it yet. I literally just made it last weekend because I had nothing to do.
Well, you saw it. I ran it by your boat at Pueblo, and you saw how that hair, and especially if you can make it long, and then you can point it to the. Oh my God, it's so wiggly.
We'll see. I'll let you know. What are you gonna say, Hammer?
There's a company that's I think it's called Rabbit baits. They have soft plastic, and then they have a little hair on the back of it. Looks super interesting for like crappie fishing and stuff too.
Yeah, they make a Ned rig in that.
Yeah, if you're, I will say, if you're struggling, if I don't get a hit on forward facing on a school of fish with plastic, I throw hair. That's like my 1-2 punch. Just like a wacky rig going back in, I throw hair, and now I kind of throw it first. But yeah.
Yeah, you made me a believer. I was never a hair jig guy before until you turned me on.
And no live scope.
No, I throw it blind.
So
blind throw it. Yep.
Let's break down. Let's get into the hairband here. Now, when you guys are fishing it, you're not strolling it, right? So you're casting it out. Are you just reeling it in above them, or is there you got a little wiggle to it? What are you doing with the rod? I mean, I will dissect the videos because I've been frustrated with hair, but since we're giving up the juice.
Okay, so here's the thing with hair. When you get over, if you go over school that's going to bite, they're going to bite anything. They're going to bite plastic, jerk baits, whatever. If you get over a spot, especially like when you're talking about the ticks on the bottom that are, you don't know if they're fish or rocks until you go over them, and then you see them just unglue. It's all about the weight. So it's all about the weight and then the actual flow of that hair jig. Like if I swear this is not like a go buy them because you have to get them, but get a good hair jig to start out, and then you'll understand. Like you guys already get like what this stuff's kind of made of and how it flows. But if you go buy, like I bought some of the Rapala hair jigs from Shields to start out, and I wasn't getting bit on them. I probably could get hit on them now, but it was like the wrong hair. It wasn't even marabou. I don't know what it was. It wasn't marabou. It was bucktail jigs.
Bucktail,
and that's not the right hair. There's different. Also, temperature of the water it'll change the flow of the hair in the water because it'll stiffen it if it's colder, and it'll flow more freely when it's warm. So I think the biggest thing is weighting it correctly. If you're fishing in 20 feet of water, you need to know what weight you have for 20 feet. And then for what action you can have. Yeah, George is right on. It's a straight retrieve, or if I can just suspend it, if you weight it right and you're over like a boulder pile, you can just almost tight line that sucker and just suspend it over there, and then just a couple twitches to maybe entice one spot. But that's really the juice of the hair. Is I think it's obviously the flow of it. I think there's some, because you don't want to start jerking that thing around.
Yeah.
These guys making good hair jigs. If you take a Juices jig or a Hefe and you take it and you put it off the boat, you just see this. It just starts doing this, and that's you doing nothing. You're just sitting there. So just throw it out there, let it go down. Loop knot or not, I don't know that matters as much on hair, but it's something about the flow of it. And then everything, every species you could imagine, pike, love it. I mean, but
yeah. you just aha'd me. You just aha'd me.
Like we just thought the same thing.
Yeah, dude. The where I've been getting screwed up is the weight. The aha when you're like, this. I'm batshit crazy. Everybody knows this, dude. This is not a new development. But as I'm listening to you talk, I'm hearing the words that you're saying, and then I'm also hearing what I need to hear just for me. As crazy as that sounds, and it's like, hey, dumbass, dude, you've been too heavy. And you've not allowed the hair jig to do what the hair jig's designed for. You're trying to do this stupid stuff. Wow. Yeah, dude, I'm more deadly. I'm more deadly now. This is great.
Take those hooks. Take those hooks that Nick showed earlier with look like the pill side. I don't know the number they were. The ones that are discontinued, we should all buy. Okay. Let's take and put some marabou hair on the front side of that, and then put a some sort of a drop shot or something, and do a Damiki rig with a little bit of hair with some sort of trailer in the back, so you could have that horizontal presentation with a little bit of plastic and the flow and the pulse of the hair. Could we vertically drop something like that, and we could, once again, batshit crazy, just going nuts. I see shit and I just start making things up, and I don't have enough time in fishing to just go out and practice this stuff. So you practice in a tournament and you're like, well, there goes 3 hours. That sucked. I ain't got shit.
Hey, James, remind me. I've got something for you on that comment. I've got something. Remind me, and I'll make sure I get you
one last piece. One last piece on the hair thing.
You don't have to stop. Give it all to us. Dude.
This is called the juice show. This is the juice show.
Okay. So if you're fishing hair or smaller, this is just rules of generality. Like, obviously sometimes it'll change. What I've found is from the hair jig bite to the big bait bite is when I'm on my hair jig bite, I'm moving the rod barely, and like George is saying, it's a straight retrieve. It's super slow retrieve depending where I'm at. And watching Flanagan's videos, he's straight retrieving that thing blind. A minnow, I'm shaking it. A 8-inch minnow, I'm almost treating that thing like a jerk bait. And so the bigger it is, the more I'm playing around with it.
So
what she said.
I have to. So leader wise, like I can't help that one, dude. I can't help that one. I'm assuming that you guys are going longer on your leaders, right? Like I do 2 rod lengths when any finessing thing. Okay, so Collins already knows. I was talking to Fletcher about this last week. You're going short. You're probably going heavier on the line than one would think.
Depends what it is. Most of my leaders, I don't like them to hit. Yeah, I don't like them to hit. The only leader that I go long on is a drop shot. Everything else is under the rod tip.
So do you still FG or uni or whatnot do you use?
Alberto, because I'm lazy.
Okay. So I was talking to Fletcher and we're talking about minnows, and yes, I'm a name dropper, habitual name dropper. But he said all the guys that he's fishing with or talking with, whether it's Elite Series or MLF, on the minnows, they're doing like a 2-foot leader and they're going heavy on the line. 12 is actually light. They're going 12, 15, 17. So,
yeah. When I went to 10 Killer last year, I learned that real quick. You get out of Colorado and you have to. You have to. I think like 12 is like a starting point.
Well, the interesting thing, it's for the action. He said what he said is that the areas that they're fishing they're so pressured that the bigger line mutes the action just a little bit, and then you're getting the action that they want. At least that's what I took from it. Is that you know what I mean?
Wow.
So, but again, this is I know that we're a couple hours in, but there's so much juice in this podcast. It's kind of ridiculous. It's a little bit ridiculous, dude. Because if we're doing a podcast and I'm going, I just got better, like that whole hair thing, like legit.
here, back to that stiffer line, Eric. My thought is if you're using a stiffer line and you're not getting getting that action out of it, maybe use longer hair. Is there jigs where it has longer hair? Do you trim your hairs? You know, right? I mean, a longer hair is going to give it, because the stiffer line is going to not give that bait as much action as a 4 or 6 pound. So to make up for that action, but still control the lure, maybe longer hair. So if you're self-tying in that presentation, give yourself a longer hair than if you're using stiffer line. And I don't use any leaders. I run fluorocarbon 100% on all my stuff. I don't use any leaders for anything I do. That's just me.
Dude, mind blown.
Man.
Mind blown. I had a couple things I was going to say. That one of them was going to be an age joke, but we're so close in age, I'd be making fun of myself, so I can't do that. Quick, Trev, it's so awesome to see you, buddy. I'm proud of us for giving all this juice out.
Yeah,
I'm over here taking notes.
I remember asking Hammer about that after he destroyed me at Quincy with the hair, and I remember asking him, you know, you got to be shaking it, right, to get the action out of the hair, and he's like, no, just leave it alone, just leave it alone, let the hair do its work. And it was like, oh, okay. And then I started catching fish on hair jigs.
Dude,
Mike Iaconelli said something years ago when, you know, the drop shot was out. Not like Mike Iaconelli is known for his drop shot, but he said something that got to me. He's like, you don't even have to move your rod. For one, your boat is moving up and down, and he's in a 21-foot, 2,000-pound bass boat. We are in 160-pound kayaks. You don't think that just holding that rod perfectly still as you can, that bait is still doing this down there. It is doing it. So by doing this, you could actually make that bait look very unnatural to fish as a presentation. So the slower you go,
I was thinking shaking it, making it flare. I was like, no, you don't need it to flare. You don't need it to flare like a jig or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, the thing that's funny on a drop shot is, I mean, number one, Leslie's just a killer when she's dead stick in a drop shot. It's a patience thing that I don't possess. I never will. Mm-hmm. She can do videos of it all day, every day. Most anglers that we know are never going to do it. There was the Arizona guy that came and won the tournament at Pueblo. He was dead stick in a drop shot. But yep. I also find it the other way, dude, where if there's certain bites that I get where when I say I'm shaking it in such a ridiculous cadence and speed that's the only way I can trigger a bite certain times. It's just, and to tie this all in with some of the stuff we were talking about earlier, dude, even if you talk about the spot, the nuance of all the little things. So it's like, we could watch Collins, and I have, I've watched the videos. We could watch everything that he's doing, but there's nuance in his movements through his rod, through everything that he's doing, that to perfectly mimic is so difficult. That's why where I see the really, really good anglers is they take a little tidbit, like I'm fixing to take from what you just said about hair jigs, dude, and then you add your style to it in a way that you can trigger bites. Where I think people get tripped up is like, looking at somebody going, I have to do it exactly the same way they do it. It's like, no, dude, Collins from across the ocean in some other place just dropped juice that I know I'm going to build my arsenal from. That's all I needed. You know what I mean? Like it's just, it's freaking awesome. I love everything about fishing. The only thing I don't like about it is I'm not doing it right now.
Yeah, exactly. Come on up, Andrew.
I'm going to play fishing Wii when I'm done with this. I'm fired up.
Andrew Martin joined us. He's actually an Arizona guy. I don't know if he's the Arizona guy you're talking about, but Andrew, I met Andrew at the I don't even know if he remembers this. He might just be watching this randomly. He might not realize, but we met at the 10 Killer Championship a couple of years ago. And if you watch my video where a boat comes flying into the cove and and at the very last second turns away, that was Andrew. He almost got fucking creamed by a bass boat just flying in.
I met him last year.
We were both looking at each other like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, it's brutal.
It was crazy. Yep.
That was Bryce Gibbs that won the Pueblo tournament from Arizona. Bryce Gibbs.
Took all of our money. Came into town on a horse, no money, left on a horse with money.
Guy's sick, man. He goes to California and wins too. I mean, he's good. But if anybody's still listening, what Eric said before is I was talking about holding it still and getting more hair. And Eric's like, well, sometimes I jiggle it fast. Right there, folks, is what you got to pay attention to. If something's not happening and you see that there's fish and you're not getting bit, literally go the opposite direction. Get that reaction out of that fish. The fish will tell you ultimately what they want. So everything we're saying here is ideas. You then have to keep those ideas and then know when to execute certain aspects of those ideas to be successful catching the fish. So pay attention and observe everything the fish tells you. Everything.
What's the Achilles heel of most of us? If you're talking, I know that nobody wants to toot their own horn, so I'm going to collectively toot all of our horns. That could be misconstrued, but what I mean by that is
toot away, big fella.
Anglers at a very high level, we always get in our way because we're switching baits because we have so many different ideas at the same time. Instead of going, okay, and this is what Leslie's so damn good at. Instead of going, okay, I've been fishing this bait for a long time. I know it gets bit. I don't need to change baits right now. I don't need to change baits. I don't need to get in my box and find the amulet, the golden amulet that's going to make everything perfect. What I need to do is get this fish in front of me and just trigger something. That's whatever it might be. And I'm just kind of repeating what Strauss just said. But how often do we get negative feedback and we think the answer is immediately something we have in our tackle box, not something we have in our hands?
That's why we carry 12 rods on a 12-foot boat.
It's why this beautiful mountain that made this wonderful green chili, sweet lady. I'll show you the reference where it was a misstep. I'm not actually calling you a mountain, but that's why she took all of our money.
I was wondering. I didn't want to call that out. I didn't want to bring attention to that, but I was like, what did he just call her?
What I meant by mountain, and let me explain, is a larger than life thing that is very, very powerful. The save is perfect. But that's why she took all of her money, right? Leslie,
when she told me she won Pueblo dead sticking a Ned rig, I almost got arrested for slapping your wife, dude. Because you dead sticked a Ned rig and beat the shit out of us. Are you kidding me?
No, there's something in the rules. That's illegal. I think there's a DQ going there.
So two things. I think it's super cute that you think you would have lived to get arrested.
Yeah, that's good point. Good point.
She would have shanked you 17 times. And then shanked me just for taking her to the tournament. So we would have both been in the heavens. But yeah, dude, it's the confidence. It's the unwavering confidence that I've been. I can't duplicate it. Here's the thing. I see her doing it, and I can't do it. Like when I win tournaments, dude. Quite honestly, it's when the bite's super super tough, and I have to dissect something that most people can't dissect. That's when I typically win. Leslie can win anytime she goes out there. Because while all of us are in our tackle boxes rummaging through stuff like, oh, is this going to be the one where the OG wigglewort finally pays off? Like she's going, it's a bass hit Neds. There's bass where I'm at and I have a Ned. Let me just keep doing this. It's powerful, dude. And here's so powerful.
Here's something that kayakers don't get to experience. If you've never been in the boat world and you've never fished a tournament where it's a draw, what I mean by that is you're the boater. You bring your boat and then they pick names up in the parking lot and they pair you up with somebody. How many times, Eric, I know you've been in this, have you been on the front of your boat and the guy in the back of the boat is kicking your ass and you're like, oh, I got one of those things that he's throwing, and you throw out there and you're throwing the same exact thing. You're trying to work it the same way as him, but there's one thing that something's different. He might have a $4.99 garage sale special rod that's some trout rod with a super soft tip, and your tip is just a little too stiff. He might be running 8 pound, you might be running 6 pound. There's something that's different than what they're doing. So you cannot mimic exactly what someone's doing, even if they're on the same boat as you. Sometimes it does happen when the bite is obvious, but you can't match what someone else is doing all the time.
You guys ever meet somebody that's just totally deadpan and like super, super funny, but they never let it out? They never there's no kink in the armor. There's no nothing. So we were fishing a lake just outside of Fort Lupton, and my buddy Kim, we were both fishing lipless cranks, and I was hammering him, dude. We both had the same lipless crank. It was actually a Konami, which is Yamamoto's son, had a company for a while. But anyway, I'm just ripping lip. I'm catching fish left and right. And Kim Jr. and Kim Sr., both of them were there. And Kim Jr. is really getting pissed off, dude. He's going like, I don't know what he's doing. I'm doing everything he's doing. And Kim Sr., just this deadpan look. He goes, yeah, you're not holding your mouth right. And then he walked away.
Of course.
I was like, dude, you're such a freaking gangster and you don't even know it. It's so good. But I do agree.
Yeah.
Well, we all kind of prove that. Well, most of it. I bet you 90% of the kayaks in Colorado have a goddamn hair jig in it, and I haven't heard anybody else say they've won it except for that guy.
Other way. Yeah.
So yeah,
that's not true.
It's a mirror,
that's
man.
not
I'm
true.
new at this, bro.
I have been. Flanagan did me dirty once, beat me on a hair jig, and Chen did me dirty once and beat me on a hair jig. Yep. I think they were both the Hefes that I gave them.
So, they were. I absolutely was. It was Trinidad when I passed Eric. Trinidad was on a El Jefe.
Well, dude, I'll
say this though. Oh, good.
Well, no, I totally lost my train of thought. I was playing with the Koiki. You go, and then I'll think about mine.
Oh, I was just thinking about traveling. You know, like Nick's getting ready to go do the national championship, and I was Leslie. You're not going to have to tell her this because she's going to do it. But I fell into the trap. You know, when we started going to Truman for the All-American or traveling to 10 Killer, you start stretching your legs, go to Havasu, and you're like, I want to go fish these places, and you look up what people fish out there, and you're like, okay, well, I got to buy, like, you go to the Ozarks, you're like, I got to go buy some wiggle warts and whatever. It's like, dude, if that's not what you do, don't do it. Do not do it. Maybe like get a couple of, you know, what they have and have some fun out there during the week. But if your thing is, you know, throwing, you know, pink trick worms, then go throw pink trick worms, you know? Yeah. Fish your strengths and don't just try to do it. What's up, Marty?
Marty's in the house.
Yeah. Super weird analogy I'm going to try to put with this. If you're in the buff, okay, you're in the buff. You're nude, and you're in a contest where you're having your body judged, okay. And let's say you got great legs, or maybe your traps are really big, or maybe you got a big old hoe deck, or whatever it is. You want to lead with the thing that's good, right? It's no different with fishing. Lead with what you got that's good. Don't show the attribute of you that's awful. Same thing. Just, you know, this is something interesting you guys might not know about me. I've only fished one national tournament, and that was the All-American that I took top 10. Yeah. But I've qualified for a lot over the years. I haven't been able to go. But the first one was, I don't know if you guys remember this. I don't even remember what it was called. It used to be on Lake Fork every year. It was a championship that you had to qualify for. Anyways, I qualified for it. It was what KBF bought, I think. I guarantee Marty knows what it is. A guy with a beard used to run it. Long story short, Colorado, there was like 5 of us that qualified, 5 or 6. It goes back to Cooser. This is how long ago it was.
Yeah.
Dude, the guys bought spoons. They bought just tons and tons of stuff, and all of them ate it. So I learned through them on that one, where it was like, just go fishing, dude. Like at the end of the day, if you know, if you got great legs, show your legs. That's the thing. That's the takeaway.
Yeah. Fish your strength. Yeah. Everybody says it. It's true.
Also, for the comment that Leslie made earlier.
Yes.
Leslie's going to be on the show on the 4th.
In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
So she'll be able to get back at all those comments.
Yeah, so, Eric's not invited.
Go ahead and think of some things. I also want you to slap Flanagan.
This is Leslie and Nick's show. Eric can be off camera, lobbing the box.
Dude, I'm
in the comments. In the comments, he'll be
making her dinner.
Yeah,
yeah, that's exactly. Right. I can't comment because I get in trouble. She'll come out and she'll go, "Are you the TOC?" Yes, the TOC. Yeah, no, I won't. I'm really looking forward to it because I'm telling you, she blesses me with so much wisdom. I'm not a smart enough man to take advantage of it. And she cooks a hell of a green chili. It's just, yeah, it's all good things.
No.
Well, we talked about it, Nick, on our private text message through Messenger with all the qualifiers that are going. I said a couple weeks ago, fish your strengths. Don't go down there and try to be somebody that you're not. These are bass. They move to seasonal patterns based on water temperatures and conditions. They're not hard to figure out, but don't be somebody you're not, because you're not going to excel if you're trying to be someone you're not.
Dude, unless you listen to me and throw a morning dawn jackhammer.
Leslie will have a trailer of tackle available to her. She will use none of it. She's going to use the things that she always uses. But it's funny, dude. I think that the Colorado anglers that are going to Tennessee, my wife and Nick, you guys are playing with house money, dude. You know what I mean? You're fishing against these people that fish the Tennessee River all the time. They're going to be beating up the same stuff that we would be beating up if it was at Pueblo or something like that. That's why I brought up the fella that came in from Arizona, Gibbs, and whooped everybody's ass. One thing that we have that's advantageous to us as anglers is when we have fresh eyes on something. I think it's such a huge advantage. So you got two things going for you. It's house money. Everybody thinks that somebody that fishes a TVA is going to win it, right? That's the assumption. And then the other one is you got fresh eyes, dude. I think you guys are both super dangerous, and I feel privileged to be driving along for the ride.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Well, I'm going to be happy that there's going to be another person there from Colorado, especially somebody with the experience you got. So,
and don't forget Kenny. Kenny will be there too. Yep.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Yep. That's what I was just saying. Kenny will be there. Don't forget Kenny. He'll be there too.
Oh yeah, Kenny Hood's going to be there. Me, Leslie. I think we've got Mitch Nelson too that we've kind of grabbed into our little group. Yeah, it's going to be man. If you saw my house, my entire house is completely destroyed right now. And it's all just fishing gear everywhere.
The one thing that Leslie and I'm sure she's going to talk about this next week. The one thing that was missing when she qualified, it was only her. So it was like we would go to the different things and it didn't feel right, I guess is the best way to put it. Having you guys there, I think it's going to be really good that you guys can really soak up everything and like be a part more than just trying to win the Derby. You know what I mean? I think
you guys should definitely do that get together. Go to the expo. Me and Chen and Arledge had a blast. It was I never thought of that Leslie kind of she had you there of course, but she didn't have anybody else there from Colorado. That's a bummer. Like we had a good time, Hank.
Really think about that. She had me there. Okay, if I don't know people, dude, I'm not friendly. I'm not that nice. And this poor beautiful woman is qualified for this thing, and I'm just going like, are we gonna go? Are we looking back at it? It's like, dude, you're such a dick. You know what I mean? So this year I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna because in my head I was thinking fishing. I was like, dear, we got to get tackle ready. It's like, you guys know how to fish. If opportunity strikes, you're going to catch them. You don't know when you're going to be back. Like I think it's one of the coolest things about CKB is that we give people the opportunity to do this. Yeah. And the thing that I love about it is it's always earned and it's just badass, dude. It's really, awesome. Really cool.
All right, boys, let's wrap it up. We're going on 3 hours. This is crazy. We could keep going though. I mean, it's almost 3 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Are people still watching, or are we the only five idiots in here?
There are still people watching. What's his name? Organic from I think he's our Kansas guy. He said
he's Kansas.
Marty's out there.
Yeah, Marty just joined us. Marty, you're gonna have to go back and catch up. You got 3 hours to catch up on, but George is always calling Arledge McLovin. I love that.
Did this turn?
Wait. What's the McLovin thing? Because Arledge got I need some stuff on him because he got me into a swim bait drop. Ugh.
Yeah,
that's why when you brought up
there goes $1,000
or whatever it was, I was like, I can't get into that, dude. I already spent too much money.
When it comes to the McLovin reference, you just got to look at his face. It's McLovin, dude. Like,
I'm McLovin.
So does that mean that Flanagan and Straws are now the Rogan of kayak fishing around these parts? Because 3 hours, dude, that's not normal.
The Bass After Dark guys go about 3 hours. yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's all about the guest. It's all about the guest that we have on.
Yeah, I mean, this was not. It did not. It went by quick, and it was good. I mean, like you said, we gave some freaking juice tonight for no doubt. Andrew, yep, you got to go back and catch up too, Andrew. Yep.
Oh no, here he comes, the Allee Bible. What do we got?
Oh, so yep. Nice.
Knowing Bass, best book ever, right there.
See, I didn't want to. God, we can't. We're almost at 3 hours, but I know the big thing in that book, or one of the big takeaways in that book. I've never read it, but I know one of the big takeaways is lack of appendages.
Mm-hmm.
The big bass like stickworms. They like lack of appendages. So why are dice baits and these hairy-tailed fish? Why don't people stick to that knowledge from that book? Why are appendages such a big deal right now?
Because sometimes you catch a 17-pounder on a crappie bait.
Yeah.
Well, no. I
water displacement.
I would say a couple things. I would say one could be to grab attention. You know what I mean? The visual to get them to lock in, like something like this. It's all that they're moving and all the rest of the stuff. But I also think that we're so fickle emotionally as anglers that we're always picking up on stuff. It's no secret what Leslie likes to fish.
Yeah.
And it falls right in line with everything that's in Knowing Bass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it, but it really breaks it down. It's one of those books that you got to read 4 or 5 times to begin to understand all of it. And I'm not going to pretend that I do. That was just a flex of, again, I'm a name dropper, dude. Habitual name dropper.
You know him. That's why we had you on. So
Ken's a friend of mine, and I called him about the book, and I said, like, dude, you've read everything that's bass fishing ever. You know what I mean? Have you read this book? What do you think about it? He goes, Eric, I'm just going to send you a copy. And I was like, because
it goes for like $500 on Amazon. It's crazy.
And I cherish his little sticker that it came from his library. You know what I mean? Because Ken's
awesome.
Yeah,
that's freaking awesome.
Wow.
Now I wish I had his reading comprehension to where I could put more of it to use, but yeah it's pretty badass.
Well, I think you made a brain. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think you made a great point too, though. I watched a barbecue documentary of anything, but like the Queen of Barbecue, they were like, "What's your secret?" And she was like, "Salt, pepper, heat."
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, "That's it." And she was like, "Yep, now go make a brisket better than me." And it was like this older black lady, and it's kind of the same thing with that. Like, I throw a hair jig a lot because Colin's caught a buttload of fish on it. I don't. So I just put that thing down and I went to different things. And I think that's a big takeaway too, is like, fish your strength, like you were saying, but like, just because everybody else is doing the new hotness with dice and all that stuff doesn't mean that a curly tail grub won't win a national tournament. And I don't see any of the haters from earlier in the conversation. I don't see Randy Blockett standing on business talking about, "Told you, curly tailed grub will do it." No, he was still kind of shitting on everybody. So
but I honestly think if you're a stick at the highest level, this is my unsolicited opinion. Sometimes the tackle just gets in the way. That's like, honestly, I really think, and Leslie is so humble that she doesn't let the tackle get in the way. And it's, I know this, dude. I fish with her all the time. I see this, and I can't help going like, well, wait a minute. Like, I know that I've caught fish on this my whole life, but what about this thing with pubes? Like I need to fish this now. And it's a beautiful thing to have the addiction that we do to love what we love as much as we do. But it's an Achilles heel because we're always, out thinking ourselves when all we got to do is put one foot in front of the other. And you would think that vocalizing this with people, like-minded people, really internalize the information. It's not going to change. I'm going to do the same stuff I always do.
No, of course.
It's like the less you know, the better you could be as a bass fisherman. The more you know, you almost get poisoned by the knowledge. And then you start going off on this and that and this and that, the dice, the hairy balls that you're holding up. Everybody says, oh, clear water, 60 feet. Has anybody ever thrown that in chocolate milk in 10 feet of water? I mean, if you have a hair jig going through the water and it's sending out those pulses, it's a big pulse. What is that thing doing with all these appendages? Is that bass going, what's tickling me here? Is that the reaction of the bass? Is that
dude,
what
your hand signals after talking about hairy balls? It's just a lot. He's doing this. He's doing this number.
Right? So once again, where do we draw the line? Does it have to be in clear water? Does it? Who's to say you couldn't pitch that around in some stained water?
I heard. Go ahead,
Nick. Go ahead.
So I just heard a weird thing where they were like, we did it again, where a guy basically said, "Don't try to think like the bass, think like the bait."
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
This is first. I want to say I do have many leather-bound books. Okay, I'm gonna build up to letting. I'm very astute and all the rest of this stuff. So. It's the paradox of choice. It's the same for anything. Let's say you're marketing something and you're trying to get somebody to buy something. The best way to get somebody to buy something is not to show them 15 different things. It's to get them to look at one thing and understand it. The paradox of choice is what hurts us as anglers. We're breaking down too many things, too much information at once when we should go, this catches fish.
Green pumpkin jackhammer all day, son. All day, son.
I mean, again, you know what I mean. I honestly, at the state championship, I think that's why you jumped me in the standings, because as I'm looking for the golden amulet, and if I remember the video, you're like, dude, I'm just going to throw the damn jackhammer. That's what I'm going to do.
I knew it was going to get better. Yeah.
Well, the All-American, when I finally figured stuff out, I was like, I'm going to fish these 3 brush piles, dude. I'm going to fish them with 2 different things. That's all. I locked in and I was like, I don't care how I finish. I'm going to do this. And I did great. And then I outthink myself at our local lakes that I know very, very well because I'm trying to get cute. The paradox of choice, hairy balls, and this from straws. This has been a hell of a
paralysis. In a bikini.
All right, let's wrap it up, boys. Who wants to give out some plugs? Eagle Claw's the only plug. Eagle Claw Trokar. Right?
Yeah.
Hammer. We got to give a special shout out to Hammer though for waking up at 4:00 in the morning and hopping on. It was freaking awesome to see you, dude. I know we keep in touch, but it's also awesome to see you and hear from you, talk fishing with you. It was freaking awesome. Dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for coming out.
Great.
Yeah.
I'd say for plugs, let's do this instead of plugs, because I mean, just fish Trokar. But let's do this instead of plugs. Pick one professional angler. Doesn't have to be of now. It can be anyone. Bill Dance up to today that you would like to see in a kayak and why. I'm going to go with Bill Dance because I think the blooper reels would just be hilarious.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Probably Swindle. Probably Gerald.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with KVD. He's the hometown kid for me.
Oh shit! Yeah. No,
so I think that would be good. I did see a video the other day, but I'll wait for the other guys to send theirs.
I'm Aaron Martins.
I was gonna say I want to change mine to Aaron Martins. Damn it!
Then here's the reason. Twofold. Here's the fingers again. All right, here we go. Twofold. He's so meticulous about everything, and he's a master technician of the finesse presentation. And finesse presentations with kayaks and the silence of the kayaks potentially could be a good mix. But also, that guy would reach back to get something and he'd have a hook in his arm and he'd be losing something, he'd be dropping. So you would get knowledge as well as watch a comedy show, kind of like the modern age Bill Dance, because Aaron was so smart, he was goofy. right?
Yeah.
So I would love to see Aaron, 6 foot whatever, in a tiny little kayak out there trying to drop shot and finesse all this stuff. I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Denny freaking Bauer, so he could intimidate everybody that came near him.
Yeah.
Denny Brower.
Nick, who do you got?
Oh, I went with KVD.
That's right. You said KVD.
I'm from
Michigan.
I'm from the Kalamazoo area, but I think Scott Martin just did a kayak video recently.
He did. Yeah.
Him and Hillary
did. He's been doing a few
scary.
of them. Yeah.
KVD
Leave those guys to the boats. We
Kona.
don't need them. Yeah. What was that? Marty was saying that. Yep. KVD was in one up in
he fished one in
Canada.
Canada.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Wow.
Leslie actually picked my second
Taku.
one. Yeah, Taku was going to be number 2.
Oh, dude, what a breath of fresh air that guy is, dude.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
I just if we keep talking, we're gonna go 4 hours. Dude,
I know.
We can do this for. We'll all go lay on our couches and we'll just put everybody to bed.
Yeah.
Where do you get the bill for the therapy?
Well, Hammer's just getting his day started. Where's morning coffee?
I got breakfast coming up.
Yeah, right. All right, boys. This was freaking awesome. For sure.
Well, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Eric, Matt Collins. Thank you for coming out and hanging out with us. Thank you for your service, what you do. Nick, the weatherman, thanks for the report. All the viewers that were viewing and leaving comments, we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
We love your feedback. We love to talk about what you guys are talking about as well. And thank you to Eagle Claw and Shields as well. Shields is a big supporter of the CKB as well. But thank you to Eagle Claw, Trocar, and Eric and the staff down there and everything you do.
And sign up for CKB before April 18th and get 50% off at the Eagle Claw store. It's freaking
Jump
awesome.
on that.
Get on it. All right, boys. Hammer, we'll see you maybe in Cedar Bluff. Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe. We'll see. All right, boys. Have a good one. We'll see you in 2 weeks where we'll be talking to Nick and Leslie about the national championship in Tennessee.
Nick and the chick sleep. Going to Nick and the chick.
That's right.
Oh, we lost one.
It's time to go to bed anyway.
He's
all
hungry.
Right, boys. See y'all later.
Later.
End stream. How does this work?